Okay, folks, it's Tuesday night with Tuesday Night Marathon at the Mechanics Institute Chess Club, and I'm FIDE Master Paul Whitehead here with FIDE Master Jim Eade of former Mechanics Institute Chess Room Director, Jim Eade, and we're looking at some old slides here.
Not so old sometimes.
Some of them are old and some of them are new, of people past and present here at the oldest chess club in the United States. Been around since 1854. Jim is a part of that history. I'm a little bit a part of it. In fact, there's me and William Lombardi not too long ago. Lombardi came to San Francisco and passed away in the Bay Area. Bill Addison, who was also, like you, a chess room director and a great chess player.
He was great.
I wish I had met him and been around here when he was the chess room director.
Yes, yes. That was before my time.
Just before my time. Yeah. When did you start playing chess? There's Petrosian, by the way. He's giving a simul here at the club.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's at Walter Brown.
And this is after one of the Lone Pine tournaments.
Oh, I see.
There's
Walter Brown. Yeah.
And Jesse Craig, two grandmasters, probably here for a Blitz tournament.
Yeah, knowing Walter.
Yeah, and Tony the Guard. Tony the Guard.
Let me in the door often.
He let you through the door.
Yeah,
that was nice.
I didn't even have to sign in.
That was nice of him. Greg Shahade and Sam Shanklin during
very good player, man.
During
rooting for him.
Chess camp school here. And there's Addison again.
Notice the cigar?
Yeah, you used to be able to smoke here in the chess club. Yeah, those were the good old days.
Most places you could smoke then.
Charles Bagby on the right. I'm not sure of these other players. They've been identified in another. Peter Gray.
Peter Gray. Yeah. He was a mainstay. He was here constantly.
Played in every Tuesday Night Marathon since its inception in 1972, and that's what's going on here at the club tonight. We're going to look at the games, but first we're going to socialize a little while. Actually, I'll transition out of this if you're ready.
Joe Tracy, you can't see with me pointing at the screen, of course.
Joe Tracy's one of the people watching. John Donaldson there, Conrad Holt, and Parmesan Neji.
And who's that?
That's me and my brother.
Oh.
Way back in 1973, soon after we joined the club. And our names are on the board there.
And Yermo, the Yerminator.
Yermolinsky, who was Grandmaster in Residence here. Back in the day. You knew him, but I've never met him.
No, I had a long working relationship with Alex.
Jeffrey Zhang giving a simul here at the club. Now one of the top American players. And there is one of the greatest players that ever lived on at the Mechanics Institute Chess Club. I think it's 1913 or something.
Really?
Capablanca.
Wow.
Capablanca. It doesn't get any more, doesn't
get any better
or illustrious than that. Absolutely. Although there's Smyslov at the club. So
former world
champions and so on and so forth. All right, I'm going to take us out of here. And
just when I came
on. No, there you are. Okay, sorry.
No, that's all right.
No, there's Jim Eade, organizer of the Pan Pacific on the left, organizer of the Pan Pacific chess tournaments and many other chess tournaments.
That was the best one I ever did. Yeah, no question about it.
So tell us a little bit about what you're up to now.
Oh, what I'm up to now is I have had a long career in chess organizations, both at the local, state, national, and international levels. And it was very difficult for me to move those organizations in the direction that I think we needed to go, especially when technology changed the game. It was no longer over the board so much as it was online. And I couldn't get those organizations to really get behind that. And there was also other things that I wanted to accomplish that I wasn't really able to get enough people around me to do it. So I decided to do it myself. Steve Brandwine is on the left, and
Actually, people aren't looking at that now.
Oh,
It's
I'm
just you
sorry.
and
It's
me.
just you and me.
all
Okay.
right.
All
That's
right. It's going to go on to a Steve Brandwine
That's all right.
riff, but I will go back to me. So I started my own foundation, the Eade Foundation, eadefoundation.org. It's a nonprofit. The IRS tax status is pending, so I've just launched it, and we've given chess equipment to orphanages in Uganda. We've worked with organizations in Zambia and also Nicaragua. And as I said, I've just gotten off the ground, so I expect to do much more in more places. And this is the principle, the mission statement is to build communities through chess. And wherever there is not a chess community or access to a chess community, I want to get one started and connect them to the larger chess community. That is my goal now, and I finally, after 62 years, figured out what I wanted to do with my life. And I have been spending most of my time, just getting the tax status approved, state organization approved. Dealing with all these bureaucracies has taken up a lot of my time. And but I'm still, going to get through all of that and get back to doing what I do best, what I like best, which is providing the opportunity for other people to get first chess literacy and then hopefully build towards chess excellence. And those two things I think are very important. The chess literacy, to be able to read and write chess notation. You can read the vast ocean of chess literature that is out there. You can record your own games for other people to give advice later.
Right.
And nowadays you can plug them into your computer and have your computer analyze them for you. So the chess literacy is very important. I think chess excellence has been unrewarded in this country because it has no perceived monetary value. And I hope to also change that, to build chess organizations in a way that they are valued by people who value money, and that grandmasters can be perceived in our society as materialistic and as money-oriented as it may be, can see the value in a person who is excellent at the game of chess.
Right.
That's my mission.
Right. Well, I think that's just incredible. We've got Judith and Abel here.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
Judith Starry and Abel Talaventis
Getting a
are
picture there.
joining us here.
There we go.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, go on with
No,
GE.
just thought we would kind of take this opportunity since we're starting the broadcast and before you get to the games. I know we're learning a lot about Eade Foundation and some of the goals and some exciting stuff we'll be collaborating on. But one of the things I definitely want to take this opportunity to do right now is wish Judith a happy birthday.
Oh, happy birthday!
Happy
birthday.
30, 31?
And we have a little cake.
Oh.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, it's my birthday too.
Thank you.
And I have a feeling we'll get an opportunity to partake
Thank
in
you.
all this. So,
Yes, definitely.
so
Thank
happy birthday.
Wow.
Judith
Thank
works
you.
really hard. And we're gonna,
I can
Thank
offer
you.
you an Altoid.
No, it's good.
all right, so,
I had
Thank
some.
you.
There they are.
Pumpkin
No,
seeds.
it's good.
Pumpkin
It's
seeds.
good. It's perfect. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Somebody's wishing you. Doc Siebel is wishing you. A
That's
happy
Philip.
birthday.
That's he's from Stockton. He's the one who's doing the Stockton clubs.
Okay.
Thank you, Philip.
Oh.
Yeah,
Cool.
cool. Thank
Plug
you.
out, shout out.
You made
to
me
Stockton.
blush. Yeah.
yeah, so we decided to take this opportunity to ambush you. And
It
wish
worked.
you-
It worked.
Yeah, we did
So,
good.
are you dreaming of a partnership with the Mechanics Institute?
Absolutely.
In some ways? We don't have to go into that.
No,
Just,
but
throwing
Judith,
that out
Abel,
there.
and I were speaking earlier today about ways that we can collaborate to combine our resources to make new and potentially inspiring things happen.
Yeah.
And the Mechanics Institute is such a gem. It's since I moved to California in '79, this has been a place that I have come to. on a frequent basis, and then on a daily basis when I lived in San Francisco.
Right, sure.
And
And running the joint.
oh, I did. I was in a position of authority and power, as you know, Abel, how much power there is here. And it's one of those things that I think by cooperating with the Mechanics Institute, it would be kind of a closing of the loop for me to get back more in touch, because I've drifted away from the club, having moved to Menlo Park. Not that it's that far away, but it's just not something I can roll out of bed and go to the club.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a hike.
And yeah, so this is an exciting time for me, and I hope for the mechanics as well.
No, absolutely. And actually, you know, a lot of times it's the timing that all comes together, because in addition to, you know, running, you know, more events and, you know, diversity of events and expanding, you know, in areas like Scholastic, one of the things we're trying to do is kind of connect with the communities. And so, you know, we're building initiatives towards that. We have some exciting stuff coming in December.
Yeah. Are we free to talk about that, or you?
Not
Not
quite
yet.
yet, not
Quite.
quite. But you know, we see
There's
this
some
as
really
a, as-
amazing things coming
yeah,
down
it's,
the
it's,
pipeline.
it's a nice teaser. But one of the things that, you know, the thing governing all that is we're trying to make outreach to communities. So whereas it's not about, oh, how do we organize more tournaments? It's about how do we use chess to bring communities together? And I think, you know, working with the Eade Foundation, we're going to make strides towards that in new, interesting, and unique
Very
ways.
cool.
But we're also looking to do that, you know, with, you know, other types of communities. So we're really excited. I think the future holds a lot of new stuff that we think could be an example for other clubs to follow around the country.
I think you've come to the right place at the right time. I have a feeling.
Yeah, and
Definitely
I
love
just
that.
want to thank you, Jim, for your trust in us and coming to partner with us, because it's I've been seeing, watching you work, and ever since we got to meet each other, I've been admiring how you work, how you led the organization before, and how you envisioned this foundation, and it was really such a surprise, and I really admire your energy. So I'm really looking forward working together and helping you in any way, how your foundation spread the word.
Nice
And
of you
so
to say, and
yeah,
nice
so
to hear.
I'm really looking forward to it.
Yes.
Fantastic. Yeah.
So
It's great. As far as I'm concerned, as host of this show, I'm just glad you're not dropping the F-bomb.
but
Not
you,
yet.
you have to, you guys have to. You see, I said I'm sitting right in the behind the door, and
Right.
it is so.
We'll get it. We'll get it.
Yeah.
Uh,
Whenever
get the
you
egg.
see.
I mean, she can make
We'll
the
get the
argument that
blankets
she'd
too.
rather you drop the F-bomb than talk as loud as you do.
Yes, exactly.
But
Just trying to
I
make-
think the audience
trying to make
or
y'all laugh.
yes. Anyway, so
anyway.
anyway, we're excited. So very very much excited.
Yeah. So we'll let you get back to your action. We got to get back out there, and we'll be in intermittently, and awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah.
All right.
Thanks.
Get back to work.
Thanks
you
for
guys.
the thanks for the
you guys.
celebration. I'm
Happy
gonna.
birthday.
Thank
Happy
you, thank you.
birthday. Incredible.
All right.
All right. So we're gonna get that. We're gonna get this room soundproofed.
Yes, that will get Judith off of our backs.
Let's see. Well, any other, and before I was, you know, we can look at the games, then we can go back to talking about other things. But we're here not just to talk about the Jim Eade Foundation
No,
or
of
the
course not.
oldest chess club in the United States, but also
I appreciate the
for,
plug, though. Thank you.
but also to look at these games that are going on here, the top 8 boards of the open section of the Tuesday night marathon, and the top board in the AB section, and the top board
Oh, I know both these.
and the top board in the under 1600 section. And we're here to provide our expertise
Oh, yes.
and our genius
Right.
and our vast experience
And,
and knowledge
Our criticisms.
and
oh,
let
that doesn't
fly.
look like a good move.
Let fly with it.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Well,
the games-
Abel's not playing, is he?
No, he's not
He was
playing.
my favorite one to pick on.
So
But
this is-
Elliot, I can pick on.
Yeah, this is the tournament's an hour into, for you folks out there. It's an hour and a quarter into the
Twitch
game.
land.
So let's take a look. What I usually do is just run down the game,
Sure.
kind of like
Get a feel for it.
And this is the top board, 2 national masters. And what I'm most proud of, if I may say so, is 2 old guys now that are like, battling it
Kicking
out
butt,
on
yeah.
board 1. They're not that old, but
No, and not by my standards.
Let's
And
go. Let's go watch the. And now
Yeah,
I've
it's a
explained this before,
modern-
but I'm aiming my commentary at sort of the club level player, and not trying to get too involved in
That's good
the
you told me
analysis. So we have a
Very
very
modern.
modern defense. Black is Walter lives with Elliot Winslow as a roommate, and they have chess books. So many chess books.
Oh, I
these
can
guys.
only imagine, yes.
So Russell is probably, knowing Michael Walder, is probably trying to take him out
Avoid
of the
it,
book
yeah.
as fast as possible. And this is Black playing this kind
Double
of.
fianchetto, how can you go wrong, right?
I don't know. Okay, so
You just let him set up the center and then attack it.
right.
Oh, he goes right for the throat.
Right. And that often sets up that nice square on g5 for a white knight. So
Yes.
sometimes, and Black could have thrown in b4,
Yeah.
in the last 5 or 6 moves, and he might have thought about doing that.
Always a possibility, good
Okay,
precaution.
white stops b4 and slows things down a little bit.
Now you
but
start
not
at
for
the center.
long.
Okay.
So we have a complicated struggle here with both sides. Every piece is still
Everybody
on the board.
is developing their pieces, and white has got advantage in the center and is banding on the king side now.
So Black needs to try to do something here with b4 or something like
I would
that.
think, isn't b4 kind of a threat? 'Cause
Well, if Black
C2
plays
is-
b4, yeah, that's right. White would think twice about taking on b4 because of queen takes c2 at the end, but maybe White would just go back
Ignore it,
and
yeah.
then a5 or something. So
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Black is also going to need to think about castling to
It-
get that rook into the game.
Yeah.
He's playing without a rook.
But is it advisable when he's made such clear advances on the king side to castle into it? I don't know.
Let's come back to this game. It's complicated,
Yeah.
and this is board 2. Ashik Uzman versus Stephen Gaffigan. This was originally going to be a different game.
Well,
Was originally going to be Kyron Griffith, but he had to forfeit his game. So
the first thing I always do is count pawns when I see a new position.
me too. White's a
And-
pawn down.
Does look that way.
Okay, let's go. Let's see how that happened. Boom, boom. Close Sicilian, and okay. Any reasonable move is usually reasonable
Playable.
as far as I'm concerned. I'm not going to quibble about, White has obviously some choices here. You could maintain the center with d3 or trade on d5 or something, and I don't know.
The advancing is, he's not going to get d4 in, is he? He is.
Here's where
Okay.
White loses a pawn or decides, because if knight d4, of course, knight d4, queen d4, bishop c5, and
Yeah.
you lose your queen.
You got problems, right?
Oh no.
He takes it.
Is this for
Interesting.
real?
Oh, why would he?
Oh, so White was actually a piece down in this.
That was
That
unusual.
was unusual. It was outright bad.
I would have to
White
agree.
has completely blundered this unbelievably for an expert. Back here,
He doesn't
White
have
needs to
anything up
play
his
knight
sleeve.
e2.
Yeah.
This is just, I mean,
This is where we
this,
thought we.
this
his
gives
long-
hope
his
to
pawn was, yeah.
this gives hope to everybody. When this sort of
He
beginners,
can't take it. He must have thought he
a
could have.
beginner's error here by White, and he can't play queen d4 because of bishop c5. So he's a little too late. Black takes the money and runs.
Why doesn't he have more than a pawn that we saw? Or maybe we didn't count pieces.
Yeah, that's exactly. White just is desperate here.
Yeah,
F5.
that's not looking good.
And he's developing black's pieces.
Oh,
And he doesn't want to take on d5, which would probably just exchange another piece.
Yeah.
So White can just resign.
I think game over.
Yeah, White can just resign.
Yeah, they're going to play on, of
Unbelievable.
course, but that was some mistake.
Board 2 here.
I think we can say it was
I
a
think
mistake.
Uzman.
I don't think we need a computer to tell us that
No,
it was a
no.
mistake.
Uzman was asleep at the switch. All right, on to board 3. Okay, so we had 2 of our older players on board 1, and now maybe 2 sort of middle-aged players on board 2, and now 2 kids on board 3. And Eric Lee is one of the highest-ranked players in the tournament. And
Really?
But he got beaten by he's 12 years old.
Uh-huh.
He's over 2,300.
Yikes.
Yeah.
You know how long
But he
it took
got
me to
beat-
do that?
He got beaten by Russell Wong in the last round.
Oh,
I mean, Russell really took it to him.
He's got
And
the
so
potential to do it. Take out anybody.
Eric Lee needs maybe a little adjustment in his chess style, or else. And
See,
he plays these opening. He
Okay,
plays
well,
like
this is
old
like a Bogo
people's
Indian.
openings. Yeah. I never learned how to play these positions very well for
I
either
used
side.
to play. I play the black side, and if I'm black, I'm happy.
Black looks like he's doing fine here.
Yeah.
I don't
mean,
see that. Although it does not. Yeah. Okay. So White's has a little pressure down the C file,
No.
and the position's unbalanced. Actually, the threat is G5, winning the knight at F. Oh no, it doesn't quite win the knight. It doesn't win the knight at F4. Well, Black is playing an active game.
Very
Yeah.
powerful in the center. His pieces are developed towards the center. The E4 pawn is preventing White from getting more strength in the center.
Yeah. Black seems to be doing okay here. White has some
Yeah.
pressure down the
C file?
C file. It's still a game.
Yeah, okay. I'd have
All
to
right,
agree.
let's roll on to Natalia Sodakova. Is White against Christian Clemens, who's having a great tournament. He beat Elliot Winslow. He's an A
I
player,
remember
and
that,
he beat
yes.
Elliot Winslow, and now, but he was getting, and he pulled off a miracle draw in the last round against Boldy, Ethan Boldy, and so he's having a good tournament. And he is black in this game. And Natalia, this is one of these
Yeah,
Yoko
I've seen
piano
her
things.
play this before, a couple weeks ago. She was White, and she played something very similar.
It looks to me like black is doing fine here. And
This is very typical, though, isn't it? It seems to be.
whenever there's these positions where the white E4 pawn is traded for the black D5 pawn,
I know.
I always feel like black is great.
Yes.
Black is doing fine.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Although looks like black just may have pitched a piece, and
That doesn't look good.
this looks very risky for both players here. Let's go back here. Okay,
Well, it's
so
definitely.
white
right.
is developing, and black needs to be a little careful here. And maybe, for example, A5 might have been a better move here to prevent B4,
I agree.
possibly. Although Queen B3, who knows?
Queen, yeah, that's true.
That's also why black plays Bishop B6 sometimes. So Bishop goes back this way.
Yeah, because the way the continuation went, the bishop on b6 would have been much more effective. But
Queen B3, and we can see that black's suffering maybe from a little bit of overextending here.
I agree.
Bishop E6, and so black pitches a pawn here and tries to regain it, or at least get some activity here.
But
It looks like white could play D4 maybe as well here.
sure. but
plays
or
rook
and
d5,
at 3, but that
'cause
wins more material.
The thing is, black has some pressure
So
here.
it does
but
some. It does. That's why if the bishop was on b6, this would not be playable. But even though you have some pressure, what are you going to do?
Black has to make it count here. I don't readily see what black can do.
I'm not seeing anything
Okay,
either.
we'll
but
come back. Maybe black will find something.
There might be something that I'm not seeing, right? Oh.
Here's Winslow's game versus Pane. I'm not sure. I think Pane's an expert or a player. Everybody in this section, this is the open section, so everybody in this section is strong, pretty strong. We've got a Grunfeld's. Elliot
like
plays everything,
Yeah.
so you can never predict what he's
No,
going to play.
I know.
And we have a Grunfeld's, and we have a
Ooh,
Grunfeld's.
wait.
I think bishop c3 was possible, but
It
this
looks
is,
possible to me.
yeah. But then bishop d2, and black might be
You're going
in
to lose
some,
the c pawn.
and then if bishop d2, queen d2, and then queen h6, and maybe knight g5 or something.
Yeah, I don't like the looks of that.
So black plays
Yeah.
knight e5.
Okay.
This is probably book,
Probably right.
although I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Bishop c4, queen h4.
Pretty,
White's moving
pretty
the same,
bluntly.
threatening. Yeah, that looks like a very strong move.
Yeah,
White has to
forces
move
the
back.
retreat. Yeah.
Black's moves have
and now
purpose,
he's want to, yeah.
and White's moves are maybe not.
Yeah, he doesn't care about that c pawn
b5 is a
hanging.
nice move,
Yeah.
I think. Black
Well-
is trying to wrest the initiative. Let's see what happens here. So Elliot's sacrificed a pawn here for the
And
initiative.
why?
Well, let's see. If b6, if pawn b6, that would have been the safe move. Then I
Right.
presume White would maybe play g3 and start trying to evict the queen. Maybe, I'm not sure. But Elliot decides to go all in with b5, rook b5, bishop b5, and now probably e takes d5 and bishop f5 or something like that. Looking for a
Or
tactical
queen
solution.
f6 or something like
Or
that.
queen
Yeah,
f6.
maybe not. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm not sure that this really
Probably
worked
pawn
out well
takes.
for black. It looked like a little bit of an overreaction, maybe b5. Maybe just simply b6.
b6. Well, that would be the instinctual move that would call to me, but
But maybe Elliot
Maybe he's
has seen
seeing something.
further. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll find out soon enough. This is another
Oh,
couple
this
of
is-
old timers here.
not
Layman
advisable
versus,
pawn structure. But
Oh, we've
okay,
got
we've
the-
got these, the old anti-Sicilian.
what's it called? The wing gambit?
Wing gambit.
The wing
yes,
gambit.
yes.
Okay.
I
wing
I
gambit.
ventured that against Walter Brown once and lived to regret it.
Is that right?
Yes.
So did Walter Brown also play d5? This is a common way to decline it
Yeah.
because after queen d5, White can't play
No.
knight c3.
Walter never gave the material back.
Right. By the way, there was a funny game played in the U.S. Championship, and in this position,
Cameron
and in this
Sherrod-
position,
Yes.
Shirazi, right in this
I remember
position,
that.
played pawn takes pawn, and lost the rook
Unfortunately-
at a1 after queen e5 check, and
This is a
resigned.
grandmaster game.
Well,
this-
Shirazi was an international.
international.
master.
Okay,
Yeah.
but it was a grandmaster norm tournament. It was a
IF
big. There was
pawn.
a lot of strong
Papa
players.
Jim. Are you known as Papa Jim?
Well, in Uganda, that's what they call me.
Is that right?
Yes.
How about that? Papa Jim.
Yeah.
Okay.
And well, that's what some people
That's
call me.
what happens when you become an old man. You
Yes,
Papa this and
yes.
Papa that.
Yeah, I'm not Papa Doc.
No. All right, so knight
That's
f3.
better
is played,
than pawn takes.
e5.
Yes.
And black is playing a positive game here,
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah.
There's probably numerous ways to play.
Oh my goodness.
So the question is this worth, h6 is preventing knight g5 or bishop takes f7 check. So might be a good move. We'll find out. Black's queen stays in the center. Knight b5 was definitely coming.
Ooh, I
White's
see.
getting something.
White is.
2 bishops, but black castles. And white can't castle. And now,
And how does he connect his
so he's
rooks?
trying to regain his pawn. But this is a nice Schweissenzug.
Intermediate move, yes.
Schweissenzug.
In between move. Schweissenzug.
Does everybody know that chess expression?
Many
In
chess
between move.
expressions are Germanic. Yes.
Is that right?
Yes, many.
Okay, Zutzwang, Schweissenzug.
Yeah.
What else? 97, and white regains the pawn, but this hardly
The
looks
king
worth it.
is not well placed. The pawns are crippled.
Black has played a very logical game and is much better here. And
Now.
I think that white, this is more thrashing around.
I'm sorry to say this,
I'm
but
appalled.
the pawn structure, but someone who is so pawn structure oriented, this is offensive.
White's close to losing here with the pin, with the knight. Knight c6 is a huge threat, obviously.
I think so.
And white's just, if the knight moves, this has just gone from bad to worse.
You can't.
Okay.
You can't cover it
I'm
with
predicting
F4.
a black
yeah.
win here, and maybe
He's
sooner
going
than
out
later.
on a line with his predictions. Okay.
Yeah. I'm not going to predict the next presidential election. I'd
You
like
won't go
to.
that far. Yes. Hope you need to color your hope with caution.
Okay, here is board 7 in the open section. Cesar Tamandon versus Glenn Kaplan. And let's see, we're not sure what the opening is yet. It's a King's Indian.
Okay.
And white employs a sort of an old-fashioned setup here.
He's going to play F3
And
or
black-
yeah,
Okay. So we have a sort of a,
same-ish.
yeah,
Nah.
A6 and a quick A6
A5.
and Queen A5 or something here. Or Knight E5. Now that
But-
black
but
gains the
that-
2 bishops.
But
Black looks like he's
but
probably
the
doing
white
fine.
bishop is I'd give it up for the knight.
Yeah, but you're going to have to in this position. Knight E8, that's an odd move to play F5. So the normal sort of the
I
normal
see.
thing here would be to play E6 and E takes D5 with a Benoni. But I think it's going to be good for black to get rid of
Yes.
this bishop on D3. Black needs to try to take
What-
the 2
what-
bishops and open the game up. Instead, he's trying to play for F5. And I don't like that plan. Although with the 2 bishops, it's probably playable.
So you're just more of a 2 bishops guy than I am.
Yeah.
Like,
and
it was
also
a-
this
That
structure.
white bishop was behind all these white pawns that seemed locked.
Yeah.
It wasn't doing me any favors, I didn't think.
Okay. Well, we're allowed to disagree, but this
Yeah.
structure is. I don't like this structure for black usually.
Yeah,
That's a
that's
move.
a gutsy move.
And black needs to
Throwing-
try to do something over here.
Yeah.
Okay, so black, this is
Oh.
very good. Looks like a well-played game on both sides. I kind
So they're
of like
both
it.
trying to do what they wanted to do in the first place.
Right.
And
But they're supposed to do what I want them to do.
oh, no one told me.
That's all right. All right, so bishop b5 is the idea here. And black,
How can that be bad?
Yeah, okay. G5 can always be met by bishop e5, but black could be... here we go.
G5.
Queen
Ooh,
h6
Queen
check.
h6 check.
It's a threat.
Oh, that does
And
solve
that might
both
be a
problems.
good move. Maybe black, let's go back one more
Temporarily.
move.
Yeah.
Was there a...
Now I want my white bishop.
If white plays g5, black can play bishop d4 check and then make another move. It's risky for a little risky for black. But queen f4, g5. Okay.
Yeah, because
That
how
seems to
do you
solve-
exploit
White
that?
wants to play knight e4, but yeah,
Okay, I'm going
Black
to play
seems
queen
to be
f3 though,
queen f3,
and then take on g5.
and then play bishop
Yeah.
g5. That could be
That's
dangerous.
what I'm thinking.
Bishop takes b5 then? Knight b5, queen b5, bishop takes g5.
If a bishop takes, ignore it.
I could play bishop takes g5, queen f7, check, king h8.
Yeah.
Oh, then
The
queen
queen,
h5
yeah.
check, then queen h5 check.
yeah. I think it's
So,
nearly busted. Not quite
so
busted.
queen f3, bishop takes b5.
I ignore
then
it.
what?
Bishop g5.
Then I play bishop takes f1.
That solves your problem and doesn't solve mine.
Okay. So let's try knight b5,
Yeah,
queen
okay.
b5.
Okay, you're right.
Knight b5, queen b5,
And then take.
and then I'll play queen takes b2. And if you play
And
bishop,
then I play bishop take. Oh, yeah, my knight's gone. You're right. Okay. Let me think
it's
about
complicated.
that.
Anyway, they didn't play your move. They don't listen to us out
Yeah,
there.
no,
They don't listen
you
to
saw
us.
farther than I did in
I
that
don't know
one.
if I did. Okay, so this was an Alekhine, maybe?
What was this?
No, this is an unusual. This is two experts
I
playing
see
on
what's going
board
on here.
8.
Fill it over.
Look at this. Has Black already made a mistake in the opening here?
Didn't allow him to play a Philidor. I thought he was going to play
So
E5.
Black could play e5 here. He's
That's what I
perhaps
thought,
being a
because
little bit
that would be-
sloppy with this knight f6 move.
Yeah.
Takes, knight g4,
I-
e6. It looks like a thematic and
And
strong
a good
move.
yes.
Knight g5 threatens the knight
Can't
and
argue
the
with
pawn.
that.
But has this knight move. So maybe.
Oh, exposing the queen.
But now queen
Okay.
e2 is a good response, typical response. Queen
He's trying
d4,
to
and that protects
attack and
both
protect.
knights.
So f4 though.
It's like you can read there, and Black loses a piece. Black just pitches a piece.
Can't be good.
I agree, it can't be good. Was Black really in so much trouble here after Queen e2?
Oh,
I want to play h6.
Doesn't, like,
I
queen-
want to get rid of that knight at g5 and exchange it for one of my, like if knight f3, knight takes f3.
yes.
So what White's going to play? Knight
Knight E4?
Knight e4. But then my knight at e5 is not attacked by the queen, and I can go back to f6, maybe. Queen d4.
But then knight c5.
Okay, so h6.
Well,
knight
no, it's not
e4,
clear.
Yeah, knight f6. Yeah.
It's not
I mean,
clear. But that
if I'm Black, I'm
h6
maybe
looks
willing
like
to
a
give
better.
you back the e6 pawn just to complete my development, right?
Yes.
But what I don't want to do is lose a piece,
Which
is what happens right here. Unless Black has something spectacular,
what about h6 now?
then knight goes back to h3.
And you're
I
still.
guess.
Well,
Somehow
let's see.
Black screwed this up. Not to mince any words, but this is clearly just bad for Black.
It is.
This reminds me of the other game where one player is just a piece down
just
for
a piece
nothing.
down for no compensation.
And these are experts, folks.
So if you make a mistake,
out there
feel
in
like you're
TV
in good
land,
company. Oh, Twitch land. Yeah.
Twitch land, Okay, this is the top board in the A-B section. We're broadcasting part of this broadcast. Part of what I think makes us unique is we're giving everybody their 5 minutes of fame. If you can get to the top board and you're in the A-B section, there's over 100 players playing in this tournament, divided into 3 sections. If you make it to the top board in the A-B section, you're on the DGT boards. If you make it into the top board in the under 1600 section, you're in the DGT boards, and you're getting
Fame.
you're being
Yes.
broadcast out to the world, along with expert commentary
Yes.
by
And we are gentle with our criticisms.
yeah. Oh.
Sometimes.
yes, right. Okay, so here's Adam Mercado versus Jonah Bush, and Jonah Bush has, and it's another Grunfeld. At least we're not seeing all these Slavs that we were seeing all, and I have nothing against Slavs. It's the Slav defense.
It's a very
that-
different. I see.
know.
I see what you were doing there.
Okay, look at this.
What?
So what do you know about this opening? This is the Grunfeld, right?
Yes.
Does black normally, is c5 and bishop g7 interchangeable here in this position?
That I don't know.
Okay.
And I don't know it well enough.
Bishop g7, bishop g5, that looks an interesting
C5
move.
looks like a good move here.
This is an attempt to get black out of the book, but it could backfire.
Oh, I see.
That doesn't look like it's,
Well,
well I guess I see the point.
He sees the point, but it's not a very good point. It's fishy to me, this whole sequence.
Maybe,
Yeah.
although we've transposed into something sort of.
Oh, queen a5.
What could black have tried here earlier?
Yeah.
If he takes
Well-
on d4 and plays queen a5 check, I can always play queen d2, and trade queens, and then you can't take on d4 because of rook takes c8 check.
But
Is that
white,
that might be good?
queen
for
a5 and
queen
what?
a5 right away. There you go, queen a5 right away. Then maybe queen d2 again. And if take on d4, just simply retake.
But the bishop's hanging.
Not with-
it's not with the queen on
not
d2,
with the queen on
right?
d2.
But then you can take the pawn on. Oh no, you can't again because the bishop's hanging. Yeah.
Bishop's hanging. So black castles, and maybe we've transposed into something
Normal.
normal.
But I don't
But
like this.
I wouldn't know what normal is in the Grunfeld. This looks, so bishop e7, rook e8. Black is playing these typical Grunfelds, but that's
why not?
exactly what happens.
Oh my goodness.
This should maybe turn out well for black. Oh my goodness.
That I did not see coming.
What a beautiful move.
That is.
If
a
king takes
beautiful move.
f7,
Bishop
bishop
c4.
c4 mate. So black had, does it work? King h8, and the fight goes on after king h8.
And now you
But
can recapture.
who could resist playing queen takes f7 check?
Yeah, and I'm sure his opponent went.
Oh, and he takes back with the queen, defending the
Of
pawn at
course.
c3.
Ah. Who needs the castle? I am
And the
very
pawn,
impressed.
6. So white's up a pawn and just needs to complete his development.
Bishop
e5
e5,
is a
yes,
strong move.
it's very-
Although knight, queen b2 attacks.
Oh, that
Ooh.
looks ugly.
What is,
How do you defend both?
I think was after playing like a genius, he suddenly blunders a piece. Is that possible? I guess it is.
It looked really good to me too, for what that's worth.
I've missed a lot though in this game.
Yeah,
We were
yeah.
playing it over quickly and maybe superficially.
Yes,
Bishop b5
and then take the knight.
looks right, but queen b2 all of a sudden. Is this the end of Little Rico? Bishop g7, queen takes c1 check? That doesn't look.
No, you can't.
That looks
do
like
it
white
yet
played a brilliant game
until that.
until that. Let's see, was there a better, let's see. So instead of
Just bishop e2.
just bishop e2 and then castles.
Yeah,
And a very unbalanced position
yeah.
in which white's a pawn up and he should be fine. It's just, does it,
And
one
an advanced protected pawn
move, yeah,
too. So
one
it's like,
move
oh, that's
looks like
horrible.
makes all the difference. Suddenly, all that beautiful play.
I can't
for
tell you how
naught.
sad I am for that. That's just a shame because that was such a nice queen f7 check, and then
Let's go back here,
Oops.
folks. So looks to me like white's playing a nice game, and this carries with it an interesting idea. I think black must have completely overlooked after bishop takes f3, which is probably necessary in a,
Or
well, I
bishop
mean, knight
e6
g5 is
maybe, I
coming up,
suppose.
bishop c4. Black tries, and then boom.
yeah, I think he has to play bishop e6,
But then bishop c4.
and then take knight e. No, you
Yeah.
can't. You can't.
I don't know if black wants to do that. In
yeah.
fact, black might have done the right thing.
I'm
crazily
not ready
enough.
to accept that, but
But white needs to be conservative here and play bishop e2.
yeah.
Instead, this move lands him into this. Oh,
Is
what
he-
a tragic,
That is tragic.
outcome here. All right, let's roll on to the
Oh,
top
I'm
board
sorry
in
to
the
see
under
that.
1600s. Well, you see some interesting chess here.
Yeah. Well, and chess can be 40 good moves and one bad move.
And the game's over. Is that why we play chess? To suffer that horrible moment?
That feeling.
Or to
I
take
just
advantage of
threw
that.
it away.
Or they just threw it away. How wonderful.
Yes. Now, if I beat someone, if they throw something away to me, I don't feel like I feel like I got lucky. I don't feel like I won.
Did we talk about this the last time you were on the broadcast? Like how wonderful it is to just beat your friends at chess. Like if that's like
That's the best
that's
of
actually
it. Playing somebody around your strength, who you can joke with when you make a blunder. You know, they can give you, they can rag on you.
I've never heard so much joy out of a game of chess as when somebody describes their victory over their good friend. I mean, that's that's
I
to
love
me,
this guy and I
yeah.
beat him so
Right,
bad.
it's my best friend, and we play every day at lunch.
Yeah.
And all I want to do is learn how to beat him. That's the only thing that interests me about chess. Is
I don't
beating
care
my
what
good
my
friend.
rating is, as long as I'm beating this guy. Chess has many allures and different personalities. Find it fascinating for different reasons.
Okay, so Mani Venu Gopal, who is the friend
We're gonna see Ari Lopez.
of Mansour Taj, who we know who you are, and let's see how this is the roommate or
Well,
classmate.
we haven't seen
classmates, actually.
real
Roy
Lopez
Lopez.
in so long.
And this is the what's the name
Is
of this
this
variation?
possible?
Yeah, this is possible.
See, I would take on E5 instead of castling, but it must be book.
Okay. That's a little probably unnecessary. I think white could play c3
I would
there.
play C3 and D4.
Not
yeah.
worry so much about. But
Well,
and black takes the two bishops now, which you can't blame him for. c3 does nothing to
See?
stop that. Black is perfectly
this
fine
time
here.
I'm sorry to lose my bishop.
But black doesn't need to stop for h6.
What?
I think black
Yeah,
could.
that's a waste of time.
I think it's a waste of time, and white at least has some pawn center here. And this is
good
a
break.
good way to play.
Good break.
White needs to find some compensation for losing the two bishops here, and he's doing a good job. Although, okay, so
Well, count
rook
the pawns.
e6 is possible here.
I think he's a pawn up, right?
Does rook e6 work?
Oh,
Rook e6,
nasty. Yeah, we just might.
fe6, queen
Followed by
g6.
95.
Yeah, king d7. It's hard to
I
analyze.
don't know.
Then
Yeah.
95 check. And then,
See, I think he might have to play king f8.
yeah, he does.
Yeah.
So rook e6, fe6, queen g6, king f8, 95.
But then queen f6.
Then 97 check wins your queen.
Oh, that would be a mistake on my part. Yes.
But you could play bishop
Queen.
f2 check, maybe throw that in first.
Or could you play queen e8?
Queen e8. Yes, I think so. So we're looking at rook e6, fe6, queen g6, king f8, 95, and it looks like black can play queen e8 in that position. Although d7, who knows? Then queen
Yes.
e7, then queen e7. Black is
Yeah,
still
but then
hanging
we can't.
on.
Well, then the queen could just
White-
move with
white
multiple
needs-
threats.
White
Yes.
needs some pieces out here. Okay, queen c6 check wins the knight
Oh.
according to
Oh, he's allowing that. Wait a minute. Wait.
yeah. Did white have a more incisive move here? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Queen
Okay.
c6 check doesn't. Hello from London. We have somebody watching from London.
Well, it's an international
I wonder what
game.
time it is in London.
9 hours ahead.
It's not. How do you know? You just know
I go to
those
London
things?
a lot.
What do you do in London?
Well, I love plays. So London is, I love
Is the
Broadway, but
Oh, wow.
London is
Wow.
the best.
So okay. So tell me, educate me. What's going on in the world of plays in London?
Oh, well, I don't know currently what's playing there.
Okay.
Yes. But I'm sure Hamilton is probably playing there.
What did
and
you think of Hamilton?
I have not seen
You
it.
haven't seen it.
My
Are you-
wife has seen it 3 times, and I'm very
Wow.
jealous
Wow.
because I'm the history buff in the family.
Okay.
And colonial American history was my thing in college.
Uh-huh.
So I'm waiting for it to come out as a movie.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right.
I kid.
Did you ever see Chess, the musical Chess?
Yes, Tim Rice, yeah.
How does it
One
rank
night-
up there with great musicals?
Oh, it doesn't rate up there with great musicals.
Right.
No. But
It's entertaining.
It's entertaining, and One Night in Bangkok,
One Night in Bangkok.
cannot argue with that. That is a class act movie.
Sizzle Biscuit says Hamilton is awesome.
Yeah.
See, we're the Mechanics Institute Chess Club, so we're not just going to talk about chess. We're
No.
going to talk about culture, you guys.
Yeah.
We're not, we're one-dimensional, but we're a special kind of one-dimensional.
Yes.
Right.
There's
Actually, I
Night Sea-
enjoy working here because I feel that that's appreciated.
Well, part of it is that Mechanics Institute is a lending library. So
It's a lending library and a cultural institution.
it has many speakers here that are fantastic authors.
We have a picture of Joyce Carol Oates in
Yes.
the chess club.
In the chess
In
room.
the chess room.
Yeah.
So we are.
Take that, Marshall.
We're big time. We're big time here. All right, so let's go back to chess here.
Okay,
We're seeing
that's a good
We're
move.
seeing a lot of games. Knight c3. Okay.
Oh.
Knight b4. Black's trying to
I'd
mix
still
it
play
up.
pawn takes, though. I would
I
still
think
play
White's
pawn
done
takes.
very well in this to get this.
Instead of moving there, I think you can just play pawn takes.
Instead of moving
The queen, yeah. Just take pawn takes.
then bishop takes,
And then move the queen.
or you could play knight takes queen, and then pawn takes queen, rook takes, and
But
black's a little behind in development, right? But everything else being equal,
it's all, yeah, sure, it's equal, but
white's So
the
pawn
king
takes
safety
pawn,
is in
yeah.
White's favor, and then you can play the bishop f4. You're solid, but he's got the 2 bishops, so okay.
instead
all right.
queen e4. White's trying for more here.
Yep.
So I guess black should play c takes d6. Queen e4 makes sense because of it stops knight c2.
I want my white squared bishop back.
Yeah. All right, white's giving black some problems here, and that's
Well, that's true. Where does a3, is that a threat?
that's right. Then c takes d6, then a3, and then maybe d5, and keep your fingers crossed.
Okay, then the queen takes knight check.
Ooh, then queen takes knight check. Oh, queen e4 threatens the knight at b4.
Yes.
Oh, that's a strong move. Let's
And
go
you can't
back
play
then.
queen takes because the rook would be hanging.
Yeah, it looks like black is busted, or black has to play a5 maybe or something.
c5?
So maybe black should have just played knight takes c3 and kept it simple here.
I can't argue with that.
You can argue with it because I might be completely wrong. But knight takes c3. This knight b4.
See, I like the black's bishops, so I think if you just trade the knight,
Right.
you're going to win or be ahead in all endings.
A move like knight
every
b4.
ending.
A move like knight b4 has to be calculated very carefully, right? I mean, not that we're doing that.
I don't think
Not
that's
the
playable.
cheapo. Hi, not the cheapo.
You can't
That's
play
a
knight
great
d4.
name, not the
Knight-
cheapo.
Knight d5? No, can't play it.
So here you are. Here black is in a situation where if he keeps it simple, he can probably get out in a decent,
And we'll have the
you
two
know,
bishops.
and he needs to because his king is uncastled. Instead, he goes fishing with knight b4, and queen e4 threatens the knight, and suddenly now he starts thinking. I don't like,
Thinking,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. You gotta think all.
Oh, yes, you can't just protect it. Well, you can with a5, I guess, but then the b pawn hangs.
Then the b pawn hangs.
So that's.
Or your move a3.
I'm thinking that that's
then the
a
knight
threat.
goes back to a6. But why would black want
Yeah,
want to
I
go
don't-
through with this? When
So
he could have
now-
just exchanged that pesky knight at c3. Okay,
Yeah,
let's go back to
agree.
board one.
not much
All right,
change.
No, I think things have changed, but it's leaving us at this situation.
Oh, I see.
He plays b4, and then see what geniuses we are? Played b4, and then I did go back to d1.
We predicted all of this.
a5, g5. That's interesting.
See, now the king side is not really under that much.
But f4 is
Pressure.
coming.
Yeah, and f5, and then but knight f8. It's like I don't need to castle. I castled.
Okay, black feels safe now. We'll see how safe he is, and
I
white
think
feels
he's safe. I think he's safe.
All right, so the game
But-
slows down a little bit here. White still
As
has a
I've been
space
told,
advantage.
what do I know?
That's a
Yeah,
good move.
I
This
think
is
so.
positive move by Russell. And white tries to maintain the center, and so black is probably
I would
thinking,
just take-
should I take that en passant
I
or
would.
not?
I would certainly.
I think I would too.
'Cause he's-
black needs to open
You're going to
the
leave
game
him with
up.
and leave an isolated
Right.
pawn. So again, pawn structure priority for me.
Okay.
Oh, lordy.
Yeah, thanks for pointing, yeah. Okay, let's go down to board 2. And this game has
gotten
gone
worse.
from bad to worse. After white just gave up a piece here earlier on in the game. Let's run through it really quickly because the
Okay.
game is over.
Yeah.
And this was
Mercifully
not Ashik's, who's a
Finest
fine
hour.
player,
Yeah.
but it was
We've
not
all
his,
done it.
that was not his finest hour. This is actually this position right here for white is maybe not that great.
Yeah, as a French player, this would be right up my alley. I would love this position.
And d4.
Just a mistake.
Clearly white has to play
Knight
knight
e2.
e2 here.
But even then,
Gaffigan is a tough player. And knight d4 is amateurish and horrible all rolled into one. And I think white is just
yeah, you're lost steps back.
is tired after a long drive to the club or
Something
something
like
like that, because this is just, it's unforgivable. Queen d4, bishop c5
This
wins
is the
the
kind
queen.
of thing where you just want to forget and
Right.
go
F5, white
study
might as well
something
try
else.
something.
Yeah.
Black just continues to take
this
and
is
develop.
hopeless.
Queen e1 threatens the knight at e5, but black just moves. And now black moves in for the kill, and white has nothing to play for. And it's just, okay, that
Ooh,
threatens
well.
that. And that's finally, he's had enough, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I do like the way the pieces are looking there. You know, they're just all well placed.
Yeah.
And
That black didn't hardly have to think. Here's the
Right.
two
That's the
kids
key.
on board 3. Expert Ethan Boldy is black against strong master Eric
Ooh.
Lee. And so, okay, c6 is played, queen c3, c6.
not happy with c6.
Well, rook c8, bishop h3 maybe. It does look like black could try maybe g5 and then knight d5. Does that look like a way to try to deal with this? How about g5?
Okay, g5, knight f3,
Knight-
h3.
Knight h3, knight d5. And that attacks the
Ouch.
queen
Defends the
and
pawn.
defends the pawn. It's an alternative. I try to look for active
And that was
moves.
very active
Now
compared
the white,
to this, which
now
is
the
passive.
white knight can go back to e2 and
Yeah.
G5,
I think you missed your chance not
G5
playing
still
g5.
looks like a good move though, and he plays it.
Okay.
Okay, and this is
See,
still
that would have
still
been
decent.
more effective with the pawn on c7.
I think so. This could turn really bad for black quickly. And this might be a good way for black to play. I like queen b4.
Yes, because the d3.
It covers the b6 weakness too, because there's not many pieces that can attack it.
Oh.
Black has
Yeah.
played reasonably well here
And it won't be easy to dislodge a knight on d3.
Yeah, knight could come to d3. So this is unbalanced and interesting. What black doesn't want is to exchange the knights, I think, and allow some kind of dominant white bishop.
The white has the better bishop.
Yeah, or something like that. Or we're hanging in there, Judith. We're hanging in there.
Still your birth. Yeah, that would be nice. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll take another one. Thanks.
So thoughtful.
Okay.
Now, if our positions were reversed,
Here's
would I offer her water? Probably not.
So yeah, you should.
I know I should, but would I?
Well, I'm not very well bred either. I do my best.
We try.
We try.
See, I just think BB2 is going to be hard to answer.
It looks to me like
go to F3.
white's
Go
doing
to the
fine
F3.
here, and black is
Oh.
Does white have time for that move? Maybe. Rook b1.
I don't see why not.
Well, let's see. White could have tried. White doesn't want to play b5 and open up the black bishop c5 or something. So bishop b2 looks. If bishop b2, then rook a1, bishop a1, a takes b4, and you can't retake because if queen takes a1. So white needs to take a little time off here.
Good point. Okay, now that's why I would have played the bishop to f3.
Yeah, maybe that's true. Thank you, Judith. Thank you.
Very nice of you.
Did you show the squeeze?
Oh, no. Check this out, everybody. This is
Hold it in front of you, yes.
Yeah, this is a knight which doubles as a
Squeezer.
a stress reliever, okay? With me, it's killing my hands, but here, have a try.
I have one of these.
You do?
Not a knight, not a knight.
Where do these come from, Judith? I know you're dying to tell us.
Yes, I'm dying.
Oh, we need to get you a.
Thank you. Oh, I'm
So,
gonna get into trouble.
Judith,
On my birthday week.
where does this come from?
So I'm
knight.
getting
I would never
these.
squeeze a knight. Sorry.
Knight is my favorite too, so I'm like, it's a stress reliever.
Stress
If I'm
reliever.
really angry at someone, I just do
Right.
this, right? I'm getting these for our enrichment program, the
Okay.
kids, as a reward that they survived the whole semester with us.
Right.
So either they are getting
Can
this.
grown-ups have them too?
Yes, they can.
Okay.
So
I think one's going to steal
I
one.
think we are already destroyed one in this office, right?
Right. Yeah. Somebody. I think the director of the club pulled the head off the knight.
Yeah. Yes, I'm sure he's under a lot of stress. And anyway, so this is one that I got, and the other one is the chess dice.
Chess dice. Show us
I
the
will-
chess dice.
I might ask Mark that on his right knee there's a small box under it, and then if he can find the chess dice, and there you go. And this is a chess
kids
dice.
are gonna love this. This is
Yeah.
Equalizer, Bobby Fischer Equalizer dice.
So it's basically, if you want to play a game with me, Jim, you would use it. So I
Liar's
have a
dice.
little bit of chance again, at least surviving the first time move of yours.
I bet you there's other ways you can
Not if
use
we were
this.
playing liar's dice.
Yeah. So it's basically
no
you
chance,
you
but-
roll the dice, and then you can you can
Liar's
only
dice.
move with that dice.
So if you,
I see.
right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
it's limiting your ability to
That's a
move the
cool
most.
idea.
Yeah, it is very cool, and it's fun.
And it's not for children
Equalizer
under the age of
dice, like,
3.
Yeah,
right,
no,
so you can
and
put
we
these in
don't
your
get
mouth.
Although
You don't
this
want
one
that.
you could give to a
Choking
you could give this
hazard.
to a baby.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, they're gonna bite, and then
well,
it's
if
gonna
it didn't have teeth, maybe.
teaser. Yeah.
Yeah,
Tooth
but it's
teaser.
probably
Tooth.
painted.
Listen
Anyway,
to her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. So shout out goes to Shelby. He's our good friend down in LA with
Okay.
I think Wood Expression is his current company, and he's our chess supplier. So
Oh,
thank you,
nice.
Shelby. You have been amazing to work with, and he's always going extra miles for his customers. So shout out to Shelby.
All right.
very nice
Okay,
of you.
thank
Sounds
you.
good.
Yes.
Thank you,
Okay.
Judith.
I think I need to go back now.
Yes, we have too much politeness here. It's interfering with our negativity and the criticisms of the games. Well, yeah,
Okay, so-
I still thought bishop f3 was better to prevent
I think
that
you were
move.
right.
Yeah.
I think you're right. Bishop f3 was probably better. And now the bishop comes to f3,
Yeah,
and but
so-
black gets that pawn.
Yeah, it could have prevented all of that. Yeah.
I still think white is better for white for choice
well,
here.
let's see. I agree because the two pieces are better than the rook.
No, there should be, but this is close to equal here. White's got some weak pawns.
Because of the pawns, you're
Yep.
saying? Yeah.
This is not easy. This is not easy
But
at
you've
all.
got the two bishops in open position.
White lost a pawn.
And white, but
White-
he's got
white-
two pieces for a rook and pawn.
So we're saying on c6, white should have played bishop f3.
Right.
I think you're right. And that would have prevented a few moves down the line this rook e2
Right.
move. And now it seems to me
was
that white
crying
could
out to be
also play
played.
bishop e3, but then the other rook comes down to a2. Doubled rooks on the 7th rank. That doesn't look right, yeah. So white's cutting the white at least.
Yeah, if he had played
Keeps the-
bishop f3 originally, then none of that could happen.
That's right. Okay. You're right.
And once c6, bishop f3, I don't see
And
what the
f3
problem
looks like a
is.
better square anyway. It looks
Right.
more secure over there.
Yeah, so
Okay. All
I
right.
think that
Onward.
is a slight error.
What time do we
growing
have?
to,
I'm going to turn this on because I need a time check.
okay.
We're going to take a break in 9 minutes. I'm giving us enough time. Okay, so this is the Winslow game where Winslow gave away a pawn on b5, and
Oh.
for this, I sort of
Activity.
predicted this. I predicted this, and he's pushing, and he's going to win the d5 pawn. You got to hand it to old Elliot here.
No, I would have even gone to h3 maybe. Well,
Then queen e4 is a strong central.
oh, I see, you're right.
Well, it looks to me that white should just castle here and
Give up the pawn, yeah.
and give up the pawn. Though black
Oh,
has a
there's a
d
pawn
file.
in the a7 hanging.
There's
too.
also that's right. There's a pawn at a7 hanging. But black has various attacking chances and controls a d file and h5, h4, and it's complicated.
It
it's
is,
a little
because
bit complicated.
He can
White is
put
gonna
pressure on
have
the
to
c
castle.
pawn. I don't see
White
how.
needs to castle here though, because
I
queen
think
f3
so.
is a threat, and he could really get into problems if he doesn't castle here.
Because if he castles, take the pawn, and the bishop takes, then rook d3 just seems like the c pawn's
Strong.
hanging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then h5, h4. Black has some play here. Okay,
Yeah.
let's go to this game where we predicted that.
This is the
How
anti-pawn
did
structure
white
game.
hold? How did white hold this? Wait a minute. Okay. Does knight g6 pick up something?
It seems to be hanging the knight.
If knight c6, then knight d7. I guess. I mean, although
Oh, or even knight c6. It's
Well-
or g6 may be better because it hits the dark squares. Yeah. Okay, so
well, I'm looking
knight
at knight
G6.
g6.
knight d7.
How can
That-
white survive that?
Yeah.
I could play
because-
queen c6, maybe. Wait a
Oh
minute.
no.
Wait. Okay, let's go. Well, I'm sorry.
Queen d8 maybe.
So, white,
No,
white
that doesn't work
plays
either.
white. If black plays knight g6,
knight
white
d7.
plays knight d7, and then queen c6 does not work because of queen takes
Right.
e8, rook e8, rook e8, king e7, knight f8 check, with
Yeah.
at least a.
It's-
Oh no, though then knight takes f8, and queen takes h1 check.
Wait. You lost me.
Okay.
Knight g6.
Knight g6.
Knight d7.
queen c6, hitting the queen, the rook at h1, and the knight at d7.
Queen c6. Okay, but
So knight-
queen takes on e8.
Okay,
Rook takes.
rook takes check, king h7.
And you're hitting the rook.
And I'm hitting the rook and the knight
Knight.
at d7. If you play knight f8 check, I
You
just
take
play
it.
knight takes
Yeah,
f8.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
knight g6 looks like it would
I
end
can't
the game.
see a refutation to it. You can't protect it one more time. You can't retreat it. Knight d7 seems the only plausible move.
This is just a tactical,
I
a
think
pretty
so.
simple tactical calculation.
It was the whole point of putting the rook on the e file.
And so
now you're
black,
not using
black
it.
did not play the right move here.
No.
Queen e6 looks, I mean, black is, there's no doubt that black is much better here.
Well, the pawn structure is
Knight
still
c6,
screaming at me.
Knight c6, knight d7 will give
Yes.
we'll give white the benefit of the doubt there, even
Yeah.
though that looks. So knight g6 looks like it wins on the spot. I think so.
I have to say you're right.
Queen e6 instead, f4, f6, knight d3. Black's going to win something, and white's still in deep trouble. So, yeah, this is another way of
You're
playing. All right, let's go through the end of these games and then take a quick break here.
Okay.
This was Tamantong. Bishop b5 was played and rook f3. White temporized instead of taking the, and black went back. Oh, that's a good square.
that is
That's a great square
solves
for
a
the
lot of
bishop.
problems. Yes.
Black's in the driver's seat here, folks.
Oh, I can't.
Bishop f4. This
See
is
what-
almost desperate.
Yeah,
Bishop d4.
it's getting bad.
Queen d7. Nice move.
Oh.
The queen g4 threat. Black is moving in. Does that work?
Well, I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I don't. Well, I don't
Rook
like
takes
it.
d4 maybe.
Or, yeah, that's a possibility too. I hadn't seen that.
Takes with the bishop.
I would think rook takes might be more effective.
Let's see if he plays rook d4. Pawn takes. Bishop takes. Pawn check. King to rook 2. Then
Take.
no, you can't play king to rook 2.
Oh, you
It's
can't
Queen
because-
h4 check. So he plays king g8 instead.
Oh, and then he has the
And
threat
then
of queen
bishop-
g4 at the end. Queen g4 and then queen g4.
So bishop takes h8, then queen g4 check.
Right, so he can't play that.
Doesn't look like it. All right, so he plays bishop d4 and takes with the rook. This is dangerous for white in the extreme.
Yes, but the bishop has to get to the white square, and how does it do it to it?
All right, well, you
'Cause
know
I don't
what? You know
see
what?
another threat.
This is a dangerous position for both sides.
Yes.
Bishop h5 right away is possible.
This is really interesting now. 'Cause-
Here we need stockfish.
oh, come on, we can do it.
Bishop h5 maybe, or queen h3 you can't play. Maybe
But-
e5, maybe pawn to e5,
Pawn takes, right?
and then check on the diagonal. Probably doesn't work. Yeah. Bishop h5 at least threatens
maybe.
bishop f3 check. All right, my brain is hurting.
Time for a break?
Time to look at the next game. Oh, this was a
Yeah,
hard.
that was awful.
This was black a piece down, and black still a piece down, and black still a piece down. So forget it. We can only assume that will be one. This game
is
game
the
was a
tragic.
disaster.
Tragic.
Let's see what happened. White played some brilliant moves and played some brilliantly bad moves, and now it's just a piece down. This
Yeah.
is really too bad.
This is not going to help, buddy.
And black offers the exchange of bishops. Ugh. And finally,
Oh,
on the
what a
last
shame, what a
board,
shame.
queen e4 was played, and black played bishop c4.
What? Oh, okay.
That's a move that we could have looked at a little bit more than we.
Because it allows the knight to escape through D3.
Yeah. Complicated, very complicated.
And we're
Bishop f4 makes sense in some respects, but so, maybe queen e7 check? Or, no, that doesn't seem to work. Queen takes, pawn takes, king e8, and now knight c2 is threatened. All right, so bring pieces out. Black can play bishop d3, black can play knight d3.
I'm not that worried about.
Or maybe take on d6 now. Complicated. All right,
Yes.
folks, we are in the middle of, here's board one right now as it stands, and we're going to take a break for 5 minutes, and we'll be back with our brilliant commentary.
Yes.
And,
I am reflecting off of you.
and more conversations about birthdays and whatever else comes up.
Yeah.
Spontaneous,
Eatefoundation.org.
Eatefoundation.org, especially. All right.
Okay.
Okay, thanks, Jim. So, Jim, we're back, and before we get back to looking at these chess games, I wanted to ask you, who else are you partnering with in the Eade, or have you found other partners, or how does that work for your foundation?
My foundation is self-funded, but I am working on developing business relationships with people.
I guess that's the question I wanted to ask.
Yes.
About business.
And the Mechanics Institute being one, the Chess School of Berkeley with Elizabeth Shaughnessy is another. Chess educators in New York City, Beatrice Marinello. And my it girl, the IT person for me, is Dora Letitia. And she has been just a godsend. She's been working for the U.S. Chess Trust for a long, long time, and so she and I have had a long working relationship, and all three of us have worked on the FIDE World Junior Championships for players with disabilities. And
wow. Where is that held?
Well,
Where was it held?
Yeah, last year it was in Cherry Hill, New Jersey.
Okay.
This year we are working on holding it in Denver. And that'll be late June, July-ish type of time frame. And we've got someone negotiating with the site now. And if everything, and it's accessible, and it's very close to the airport, so I think all the logistics are clicking into place. But these are the types of things that I am doing. Also working with a foundation in Zambia in Africa who has basically been doing soccer for youth.
Uh-huh.
And they wanted to branch out, and they told the UN, and someone in the UN staff, kind of low-level staff person, saw my foundation and wrote to me and asked me if I would like to do that. And I sent them sets and boards so that they can start a chess program in Zambia. And of course, soccer is great, but exposing them to chess is what I do. So
right.
I could
and there's for kids,
only do what I do.
For kids, there's soccer, chess. It's all good, like if you're a kid, you are well-rounded if you're playing chess and playing soccer.
Yes, but I think for youth especially, chess is a great addition to any scholastic program because it teaches them to sit still and concentrate, which is directly transferable back into the classroom.
Sure.
So I think it's a great aid to educational tool. And so the more we can popularize that, and your guys' work with the scholastic community in this area is great. And there's many that are concentrating on that around the country, and I'm very proud of that. But not that I've had anything greatly to do with that, but it's this great sign from when I started out. There was nothing like it.
There were hardly kids playing chess when I started out
Yes.
in the early 70s. Even though Bobby Fischer, there was a Fischer boom, there was no, it was an anomaly to see young kids playing chess.
As a 15-year-old, I was always the youngest person in the tournament.
Right. I remember those days, yeah. I joined the club here, and me and my brother were the only kids running around here.
Yeah.
Well, there was a couple more. There was Victor Baja.
Oh yeah, Victor,
Victor
very
Baja.
strong player.
Was
He's an
Victor,
FM.
Was Victor Baja active in the club when you were director?
No, he played in one of the tournaments that I ran, and it was a rare sighting though. He did a lot of the chess problems for the Koltanowski column.
Right, and Benko.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that
Benko,
I did not
Benko
know.
published a lot of his columns.
Yeah.
His problems. And actually, in the latest newsletter, I put one of his problems in, as well as a game that I beat him in a tournament.
Yeah. Oh,
But
good.
he beat me a couple times too. So we had
I only played him
a
once.
rivalry.
Yes.
Somewhat of a rivalry. He's a year older than me and a talented player.
Yeah.
Also,
But there were few and far between in those
not that
days.
I was talented, but he was.
No. No, you can't
Okay, is there,
downplay your talent to
He
me.
won against Elliot.
Oh, we want to go over your Elliott game.
yeah. Did you beat Elliot Winslow?
I did.
All right, well, come and sit
Congratulations.
down. Yeah. That's a rare thing to
I
do.
did too.
Elliot's come sit right in the middle between us.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, we'll take a look at your game here. It's a rare time that Elliot beat.
Every time I come here, Elliott loses, so I'm not sure he's going to like
Yeah.
see me again.
Yeah, okay, so tell us, Gianluca, am I pronouncing your name correctly? Gianluca?
Yeah, absolutely. I go by Luke.
Luke.
It's easier that way.
Okay. Here we go.
Easier for us.
Boom.
Oh, boy.
You have to carry that. You just defeated an international master here at the Mechanics Institute Chess Club.
A storied
That is
player.
not something that happens
Yeah.
every day.
Still in shock.
Right. All right, let's take a look at it and
Well,
see if
first
you
of
can tell
many
us.
scouts to take.
Oh, I don't know
Yeah.
about that.
Well, you got to have the confidence.
Yep.
So it's
It is not a game
it's
for the
a
timid.
Yeah, so this transposed into a Grunfeld, which
It's a Grunfeld set.
right.
conveniently the system I play has knight f3, rook b1.
This is all book that you're aware of. And
So far, yes. Yeah, so the idea is here I play d5 and sacrifice the pawn on c3.
Right.
And I usually
now you're out of my book.
Go ahead.
get decent compensation on the dark squares
Sure.
for the pawn. I've never seen knight e5 before, so I thought that was the point at which I was out of book.
You can look this up afterwards. I
I
don't know
will.
it myself. I never played the Grunfeld, but it looks to me so 95 as far as you're concerned is a new move. Interesting.
Yeah, so I
So if
I
bishop
thought for a
takes
while
C3,
here
you-
because it seems like in versions where after 95 where I sacrifice the pawn, I just don't get as much as if black had taken on c3 right now. Like the knight trade favors black a lot, so I wasn't exactly sure what to do.
Well, it seemed to me that Elliot was quite impatient in this, in a way.
We'll get to that.
We'll
yeah.
get to that. Okay. Queen
So I was
D2.
tempted to just castle here and sacrifice the pawn, but it just seemed like a better version for black
Okay.
compared to without the knight
I
trade.
believe that. I
Yeah.
believe that. Yeah. Why? I believe that.
It's
Queen
hard to
D3.
criticize. It's a good square for the queen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now black has a choice to make.
This looked thematic. This looked good.
I did not see this move. Yeah, I was
Right,
I was
and-
very afraid after this because
Right. I mean, it seems
yeah,
to me that
because-
black is well on his that black is equal here.
it
If
seemed
maybe-
like black
if
was at
maybe
least
not
yeah.
better, finding a move that could make him better here.
Yeah.
Rook b8, that's maybe a good start. Although, could he play
Maybe.
just play b6?
We both thought b6 was the thing that popped into our
A
minds.
little bit later.
Yeah.
A little bit
little bit.
later.
So does he take?
So why does he play? He wants to play b5, but is b5 a good move? I don't think, maybe it didn't work out that well for him.
Yeah, it felt like my position improved a bit after this
I
after this
thought so.
exchange.
We both thought so.
Yeah, like black could have just played a little bit, could have played b6.
A little more conservative.
Could just play b6 here,
Hmm.
right? I mean, not to say that you can't start pushing him around with g3 or something like that and bishop f1. What were you planning on doing after b6? It's not clear
Right.
exactly. And then, but maybe black should do this and then just play b6 and then take on d5 or something like that, you know, or take on d5. And
Take on d5 and play b6. Yeah.
playing b6, black could take on d5 and then play bishop a6 or something.
Oh,
If you're
yeah.
not-
It seems to me.
Then
that
I
that's-
really can't castle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe g3 and b6, g3.
Yeah, so g3, queen f6, and that was
Yeah, queen
I don't know.
f6.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Or not to mention maybe queen h3 or queen g4. Or, yeah, this b5 seems impatient.
Hmm.
And it
And I don't
did
see
seem to me
What the
that
point was.
the black is
Okay,
trying to force things, but you
You
played
had that nice retreat that seems to get pieces off.
Yeah.
castles was forced. How did he lose so quickly?
So here, yeah. So I mean, so I was looking at lines instead of f4, just like bishop a7, rook d,
That might have a
rook
problem.
d3, and it seemed.
Yeah, rook d3
yeah.
would have been
And then f4 seemed like an improvement. Rook d3. Sorry, after castles
Yeah.
takes f4 seemed like an improvement over this. If something like bishop g7.
Because queen f6 is, or if you kick it around it.
And then I think rook d3 was just an attempt to transpose back into the line.
Right. I see. I see.
For example, if I took on a7, then
Right, right.
yeah.
Then black is happy.
But you crossed him up with that move, and that
That may
looks
be
really
it.
strong
It looks
because you can play
strong.
queen f2 and queen f7.
Exactly. And then he
So
resigned
he just
here.
resigned.
Yeah.
Oh my
What a
goodness.
disaster!
Yeah.
And queen f7 is mate. So
Yeah, it's
Right.
pretty quick.
we're seeing some blundering chess this round.
I feel like
You know,
I've
the thing is-
benefited from some blunders this turn.
Yeah, and the thing is that don't be sad about that. Being opportunistic
Yeah.
and seeing the piece that's hanging and taking it is half of what winning chess is about, I think. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely been on the
somebody's
other
gotta
side of
make-
that.
Somebody's got
Plenty of times here.
Somebody's got to make a mistake, and it
And-
might as well be your opponent.
Yeah.
You know, that's my
Right.
view. So
Yeah, and,
I mean,
and really, you could be the nicest guy in the world, but when you're playing chess, you know, don't feel sorry for your opponent. You know, it's just.
Right.
so I mean, we thought old Elliot was doing good around this point, but yeah, amazing.
Yeah, so rook d3 here is a blunder. So what should he do?
Somebody wants to play us for $10. Robbie Bohangles.
Bojangles.
It says Bohangles.
It's a typo.
Yeah. His handle is a. Well, come on down to the Mechanics Institute Chess Club and play. We'll play.
Oh.
Okay, so what a surprising victory. Good luck.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yes, best
What's
of
your
luck in the
score now
future.
after
Thanks.
5 rounds?
3.5.
3.5.
Yeah, I was sick for 2 weeks, unfortunately, but yeah,
So you didn't even play 2 of the
I
rounds.
couldn't. I had a very long stomach flu, and
So you have 3 wins and a draw.
I have
Oh no, you
yeah,
have
three
2.5 points.
3 wins and a bye.
Right, I
and,
gotcha.
and
2 wins and yeah,
No,
Okay.
No losses yet.
right.
Is that right? You
Right.
haven't lost a game yet?
Excuse me.
Yeah, it's just 3 wins, and those are the games that I've played so
yeah.
far.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Well, that's good. Yeah.
All right, well, it's
You
a
can't
long
do much
tournament.
better.
It's a long tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a marathon.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
congratulations.
thanks so much.
Elliot, what's
Good job.
going on?
We'll hear
with
from you
Elliot?
again.
Has Elliot lost 2 games in a row now?
He lost 2 weeks ago.
Maybe he's
'Cause I was
lost
here.
3 in a row. No, he's lost 2.
He had a stomach flu as well.
Oh, there's a lot of that going around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, the advantages of the chess club are obvious, but the disadvantages are that we know your business. If you belong.
And I never lost to a player who wasn't sick. I mean, I never beat a player who was well.
Yeah, and that's true too. All right. So, wow, surprising. Where were we? Were we on board 1? Let's go back
Let's
to board
go back
1.
one there. Yeah.
Let's go back to board 1. C4. Dun, dun. Oh, he did take on C3, and Black is opening up the game here. This looks like it's well played. F5.
It does look quite forcing.
White's going for it. Bishop C3 forces knight
That-
C3.
Looks forced to me too.
And Black wanted to avoid getting strangled after White plays pawn F6, but this
You
is...
can play a rook to e-file and put pressure down there.
Yeah.
I'd let my king get a little trap for a piece. Yeah. So
Dangerous position. Yeah, I am. I'm not a member of chess.com right now, but one day
you aspire to be.
I aspire to be. Then I'll play chess. Okay, let's go to board 2. Oh, we had this game.
Yes.
Okay.
That's over.
And, okay, board 3, F5. We left it off at this. G4.
Oh.
Undermining the pawn at E4, bishop C8. Black is trying to have it all ways. Knight goes into D3.
Oh.
And white, oh.
Oh yeah.
Somebody's,
that does work.
somebody's
huh?
made a miscalculation here. Black is in trouble.
Yeah, that can't be.
He's losing the pawn, going to probably lose the pawn at G3 at some point. White's quickly surrounding it.
Ooh, yeah. Oh,
Looks
I
like
don't
almost an
know.
embarrassment of riches here. Almost
Oh,
an embarrassment of
2, 4, 6,
riches.
Yeah, pawn up.
With knight b4
A
and
weak
knight
pawn now.
d3,
A strong pawn has turned weak, and yeah. Oh, geez, knight.
well, it could go.
C7.
It could. Black still has some cheap
Knight
possibilities. Some
C7?
possibilities. Yeah, I'd be wanting to round this
Yeah,
pawn up
so
with
knight
knight
b4,
b4
yeah.
maybe. It's still going to be tricky. It's still going to be tricky. All right, here's Sotokova's game. Oh, he is. Did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
That wasn't that.
All right, so this
Thrilled.
white
I thought White had a
white,
much better game, but now
right.
I have to
Okay, so white's
recalibrate.
White's liquidating the queenside weakness and maybe would like to pick up the pawn at c6.
Ooh.
Okay. Still a tough position.
It is, because the knight on c4 will be
Yes.
holding everything together.
All right, we have the famous Cesar Tamandong has joined us after his chess game.
Oh man, that was close.
Move on up.
It was close.
But it was close.
But let's go over it. It was a very entertaining.
Oh yeah, this
Excellent.
was
That's what we want.
yeah.
Yeah, who's
You
this
want-
here?
you
Caesar.
want-
Caesar, I'm Jim Eade.
Oh, you're the Jim
Yeah.
Eade
Nice
This
to
is
meet
of the
you.
former-
foundation. Oh, he's the man.
Former chess director of the Mechanics Institute and author of Chess for Dummies.
Oh yes, yes.
And
So-
eatfoundation.org.
And eatfoundation.org. This is a renaissance, chess renaissance man.
Yeah.
And
I
you won
have-
your game?
Yep, this was the opening prep that I did with my late friend Paul Gallegos, this setup.
Yeah, that was sad.
So I invited my gracious opponent Glenn Kaplan to come in, but he's
Licking
he,
his
dec-
wounds.
he declined. He declined, politely declined.
Sometimes wounds need to be licked.
Yeah. So this is the CR1's Samage system.
See,
that
Paul and I were disagreeing about whether the white square bishop should be taken by the knight.
This is like point of contention that I talked to with my late friend Paul and Gallegos. Like to shout out to his wife Susan and his kids Michael and Megan.
Yeah, our thoughts are with you guys.
Yeah. This is all preparation that Paul and I did when I was training with him for the last 2 years, and it's okay. The bishop's buried. It's funky, but Black's not going to give up his knight on E5 for the bishop on D3. He's
I
going to just.
might.
You might.
He would.
I mean, it's a point. It's like points of law, point of contention. It's like, is it funky? Is it not funky? I don't know. I mean, it's.
I would love for Black to take that bishop.
Yeah, I want.
But
If I'm black, I want to play E6.
Yes.
E takes D5, and then I want to take a bishop.
Yeah, that's
on
that's the way I
D3.
thought he was going to go. So.
yeah,
All right, well, let's see what
I
happened.
could agree with that.
He played this way, which I did not approve of. But on the other hand,
It gets interesting.
It got very interesting.
It got macho. Let's just be real. It just got
All right,
macho.
tell
so.
us what
It
tell
was-
us what you saw.
Yeah, two heavyweights throwing haymakers.
I've got to go for it. He's got the two bishops.
You're right.
And my only thing going is I could exploit
You've got the center.
the center and the weak squares. And okay, he's got the dark square bishop, but if I could just trade off that dark square bishop and get some tempi, crack the king side with F5. What did you guys think of C8, Queen C8? I thought it was a suspicious move, but
I didn't spend too much time on it.
okay, Jim.
No, have to admit.
I saw the point immediately, of
He's
course.
threatening bishop takes G4.
But it doesn't
world.
connect your rooks, and but
my rooks are already connected, so
yeah, you
It's-
you have a little bit of an advantage.
dynamic
there.
equality. Now this is a
Now
critical
this-
moment.
I like Black's play. with
Yeah,
that
he has to
move.
be active, otherwise
He
I'm
does.
going to run him off the road.
That's right.
Now,
Now let's pause here for a sec. So now we're getting to the transition to the end game, and my
well,
plus.
no, I wouldn't say that.
Well, late middle game, let's call it. But my pluses are,
it's still tactical.
using Jeremy Silliman's imbalances. I have the king side play.
Now-
But Jim, what, you see something weird? Or
I
was that-
thought, to me, where we left off, you look like you were maybe not doing so
No,
well.
I
I
thought.
was thinking instead of F5, I was just looking at G5.
I was looking at that too.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it might have been safer. I mean, but.
Well, White would lack. White's trying to open it
Yeah,
up
but-
like a can of tomatoes.
But the E pawn would be hanging.
Yep, it's true. But then does he have the? Can he throw in G? If I played G5, I was fearing Bishop D4 check and
And then King
King H2 and then something. I was just trying to crack open the can of
No, well,
tomatoes.
doing the
you're
right
right.
thing.
You're
You're
right.
doing the right
I
thing
think
here.
you are.
I think
you
you're
are.
definitely doing the right thing.
Okay, he put it definitely in there. So
I mean, okay. So now we see what you're trying to
Queen
do.
Right.
H6. Now
now that was a good move, I thought.
I thought he was reorganizing.
We only took a look
things.
at this, so
I was thinking that maybe this is a draw or
Now I'm
equality.
thinking it's
I
inter-
like
around.
that Bishop
The-
D8 move.
Yeah,
too.
that was good.
Yeah, you look like you were getting pushed around.
Yeah, he was
now
punking
I
me.
was not happy with your position.
I was going, oh, this is gonna suck. Okay, now he's got
All right.
control the center. Bishop at E5's nice squares.
Yeah.
All right,
He's gonna lock it
he's-
down.
I know he lost the game, and I don't know how he lost the game.
I got
but
lucky.
Somewhere around this
That's part of
point,
it.
he's going to have to start looking at what he could have done because obviously he lost it somewhere. Let's
Well,
see
Rook
what
H8
happens.
can't be wrong, can it?
I don't know.
I'm just trying to crack that. I mean, I'm even looking at ideas to exact the exchange and maybe
Sure.
bail out to a perpetual or something.
Well, we were
just
taking a
looking
look
at
at
that.
Rook takes, but it doesn't work.
It doesn't work. I
Yeah,
don't have
yeah.
anything.
because of takes Bishop check.
I'm just trying to
H8.
hold on here. I just realized I lost the thread. And this, I was relieved. I'm going, okay, this is weird,
Unless
but
he has a knockout.
this
blow.
is weird, but I think
They're telling us to be a little quiet, which means
All right, so,
everybody but me.
okay.
Because I'm always well behaved.
Okay, so here, I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm trying to bail out to a draw.
Pawnographer
No, this is-
5600 says knight by 5, knight takes b5, followed by rook f6 Caesar.
That's my friend Glenn Bouillot in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Hey, Glenn.
Saying this?
All right.
Way back here.
Yeah.
So what's the worst ending? Like I'll quit the game because of this.
So no,
I'm
no,
not
no,
kidding.
no, Glenn, no, Glenn.
No, I will. That's the worst ending I've
Hey,
ever played in my
the
life.
true sign of
I haven't
maturity is
seen
when
it.
you give up giving up chess.
I am giving up chess.
Oh,
After that, I'm giving it up.
no, no.
Let's, what was the
I
computer
can't tell
say?
you
Was
how
it
many times I
150
quit.
At some point, where was I?
No, you had an advantage.
Somebody says right here, knight takes b5, followed by rook takes f6.
Well, we thought about
no,
that.
I don't think we did. Knight takes b5, queen b5, rook f6. Is that really? That might work with queen e7 check coming
To
in.
perpetual.
Well, where do you,
Yeah, I'm not-
King G8, where do you go?
I'm not sure
I
about
don't
that.
know. It's
Where do you go?
speculative
Yeah,
here.
it is.
I was looking at those
E
lines.
takes f6, and then
I was
queen
trying to sack
e7,
the
king
rook
g6.
on f6 for
Everyone, we
several
have my
moves there.
gracious opponent, Glenn Kaplan, right here.
Oh, Glenn.
You're awesome. I just,
No.
yeah, I can't.
No, Glenn.
I've never.
No, Glenn had a. You had an advantage here. I'm just trying to bail out.
Game here.
We'll find.
How do
We're
I-
still not sure if you were winning.
This
Where-
isn't winning
where-
here?
Where
We don't know.
we
Okay.
we're reserving judgment.
Yeah, I haven't seen a forced win. Bishop h5 maybe here, with
Well,
the
then
idea of
rook
playing
F
bishop
four.
f3.
If bishop h5, I was looking at rook f4 covering,
That seems to cover.
and all the squares are covered, and no one's making progress here. I mean, maybe okay.
Queen e8. What's the idea behind that?
Glenn.
What did I do?
Queen e8. So wondering what was the idea behind queen
Because-
e8?
Because if
Oh,
bishop
here,
h.
here.
Oh, sorry.
We can hand this to
Yeah,
you.
yeah. You guys are too polite for us.
I feel like I made like 20 blunders in a row right here. But,
Well,
but why did I do
maybe-
queen e8?
Maybe queen e8. Queen e8 wasn't.
Because if the bishop ever goes to h5, you can probably take that pawn.
Yeah, and
Well-
yeah, I agree with that because there was no white square to attack after.
Then rook f7 just gave me a chance to get on the dark squares. And this is where I think I blundered. If you could go back one tempo to where the king's on g7. I actually feel like I know where I lost the game. I was terrified of
Good.
I was
Maybe you
terrified
tell
of
us.
e5.
Oh yeah.
But I have a bailout tactic of rook take e5, rook takes f7, king takes f7, queen f2, and then maybe I run for a repetition.
But he can play his king back to g8 or yeah.
Yeah,
It's not clear.
Or
it's not clear. I mean, it was e5.
I don't.
I
Queen
don't think-
a1
yeah,
is a
yeah,
threat.
Queen a1
Queen
is a real
a1 is a
threat.
huge threat.
Yeah,
So maybe
because
this is the point.
This is the
where
critical
you-
point where I was dying here
I
because
was looking at the main
'cause
and the
E5.
So pawn e5 here.
but yeah.
yeah,
Can't take opposite.
rook takes f7 is the only
Rook
bailout.
f7, king f7.
Does that wins, right? E5.
It looks like it might win.
Think so.
I
It's-
think it does. Queen f2 check. Rook f7, king f7, queen f2, king back to g8. You're threatening queen a1 check. That looks just
Yeah,
about.
and I could
that's
resign with
probably,
confidence here.
I'm afraid
Yeah,
so.
I think maybe
Yeah, I could
it's,
resign with confidence
It's
here.
hard to see a move like e5. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, because we're not programmed to
make a move
think of the
like that.
long range pin.
Yeah, I was ready to resign.
Rook f1. Queen a6 hits the
Rook.
rook, but rook f7.
Rook F-
Then
Then that-
Wait a
that-
minute, what's wrong with rook f7? King f7, queen h8. Probably perpetual check.
Oh no, I'm going for the win, Holmes.
I
Well,
was looking at that too, but
I
that's like
don't
15
know if it
moves
is.
earlier that I feel
yes,
like
it
I lost the game.
is. It is perpetual.
Yeah.
Okay.
Queen f2, it threatens queen. Yeah.
And then-
Suddenly black's misplaced. His
And then rook
pieces.
h6,
Yeah, because
rook h7,
G6
rook h7 followed by g6,
G6,
and this
yeah.
is just an oversight.
Oh.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know how you feel, but
Yeah.
no,
You're not-
I've
you're not-
never had an ending that bad.
you're
Ever.
yeah. It happens to
It
everyone.
happens to everybody. don't quit playing chess.
Oh, I'm done.
No, I mean,
Can we go back?
It wasn't.
This-
It,
Oh, yeah.
I'll show you.
it wasn't as obvious.
yeah,
it
we're-
wasn't as obvious.
he
What
can-
move
yeah,
as you
go
might
back to the
think.
where he should have played E5.
No, I should
Well-
draw my queen up to
He wants to go back earlier
even
than that.
further.
Okay.
And then I
E5,
feel
I
like I
think.
can't lose even further.
Go back.
Yeah. Here, it's actually, I have it.
Which move is it?
It's move, where is it?
All right, I'm gonna.
No,
keep-
a little
we'll
f-
look at this, and then we're gonna kick you guys both out of here
Okay.
A little further
after
back.
we look at this.
I mean, I just needed to, yeah. That's what
Where are you?
You've just played Rook H8,
and then
and you played Bishop F4.
I shouldn't have played Rook H8. That's the move. I should have
Okay.
caught the queen here.
Bishop C1, maybe Queen B4, threatening Queen G4 check.
That's what I
That
should
looks
have done.
strong.
That looks
I think
strong.
black.
And that's why, and as soon as I made that rook move, I'm like, ooh, I saw that, and I'm
and
like, I should have
stops
done
Queen
that.
H4 check.
I should have done, and he can't put his rook there.
But
You can't put his rook there.
Good move.
That was the
that
game.
was-
Okay. All right, you guys.
Queen
Good game,
F1.
Glenn. Thank you.
Yeah, you guys.
You could play Queen F1 here, but
Thank you, James.
nice to meet you.
All right.
That was a escape job.
We'll see what the computer says.
Yeah, yeah.
See you, folks.
We'll see you again, buddy.
Yeah, I'm done.
Nah. Give up. When you give up,
All right.
giving up chess is a true
I
sign
could
of
lower
maturity.
this a little bit, or I'll ask you to.
Too lower.
All
I'll
right.
scoot in closer.
Maybe a little bit more. Anyway, that was. Oh no, that's perfect. Yeah. I forgot about the delay. Okay, so I think we're going to be joined by that. The chess players get awfully excited, don't they?
Oh yes.
They got, you
It's
have to
always
be
the worst.
just
I'm the
passionate.
only one that can be. Yes.
You have to
I-
be just passionate.
And when you lose enough, you get used to it. You know,
Yeah.
you never want to,
Yeah.
and you never quite get over some of your blunders.
Right. All right, William.
And he's going to talk about some of the special chess projects he's working on.
All right.
that Judith knows a little bit about.
Do you want to sit in? All
He's,
right.
he knows the details.
All right, William.
Hey.
We're going to take a break from looking at chess here, and we're going to talk about because
Well,
you were not.
Listening to chess, that's what I was doing.
You were listening to chess. Tell us about that.
Okay, well, a friend of mine who works at UT Dallas had been involved with a project where they are trying to turn data into sound. And once they did something that involved a chess game and some sounds that were generated on some brain model. But
What does pawn takes queen mate look like? Sound like, yeah.
oh,
'Cause it's
your
my
favorite
chess
song.
move.
Yeah.
It's my favorite song.
Well,
is pawn takes
every
queen mate.
piece. Well, okay. So the idea was the chess grandmaster elect we
Okay.
had was going to play blindfolded, and we were going to use this sonification of turning the moves into sound and let him play just by listening instead of telling him, knight E7.
That's fascinating.
And to a degree, it worked. It was in the context of an art opening for a chess-based art exhibit. That was that article that was in uschess.org.
Right.
Yes,
Name drop.
and Alexei
Yes.
Alexei
Root, right? Alexei Root. She came to the
Friend of mine.
performance too. I guess she's based in Dallas or something.
Yes,
She
she's a-
actually works at Jim.
An old
Oh.
opponent of mine.
She's a professor at the UT Dallas
Oh,
and former U.S. women's champion.
whoa.
There you go.
So I definitely overheard someone saying, "Oh, I'm going to write an article about this too," and I was busy,
She's a writer
dealing
as
with
well,
my
yes.
stuff. But the grandmasters on the UT Dallas chess team, grandmaster-elect Zura Javakadze,
Okay.
24 something,
Uh-huh.
and we played several kinds of games. But the basic setup was a chessboard, a DGT board, and then I had written some software that would take the data off the board and send it over to my friend Scott, who would then turn it into sound.
A specific sound for a particular square or a particular piece?
Well,
or-
we were working on it. We got
Okay.
for each piece there was a different little melody. So like a pawn would be just two notes, da da, and then the knight would be da da da, because it's kind of an L-shaped melody,
Okay,
and the
that's
bishop was
interesting.
da da da, and the rook was da da da, and the royalty were like chords, like a major chord for the king and a
Right.
minor chord for the queen,
Excellent.
and that was the part he had the more trouble with. And then for the square, we were trying different kind of sounds that were maybe, I don't know what's the word, onomatopoeic, like a hissing sound
Sounded like
was
a
maybe
one.
the H or A, but
Yeah.
when it came down to it, we would just use recordings of someone saying A7.
Right. I
Because that
got
was
you.
the only one he could really get. And also, we didn't want the people watching it to think it was totally, wrong. I mean, didn't want it to make it hard for them to learn. So it's
Right.
a very simple thing. You had to kind of figure out which piece it was going to, E5, and sometimes he had to ask which piece.
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah.
then there was a referee that would make his move.
There's a learning curve there for him too.
Yeah, so that was our big debate, is how steep a learning curve we should give, because we wanted to demo it for the audience.
Interesting.
But also we played just a variety of other games. He had 2 audience members play a game. He had teams, him and another like GM, strong player with a couple of kids. And
How long did the whole thing
the whole thing was
last?
a couple of hours, maybe
Yeah.
2.5, 3 hours. And it was like
Interesting.
in the context of like an art gallery opening. So
Sure,
people
yeah.
are all jabbering and drinking and
Right, right.
And then it got to kind of fell apart where like the guy running the sound walked off to have a drink, and then
Yes.
this other
Right.
student started playing beats, and just go thump a
Yeah.
thump a thump a.
Uh-huh.
And then the other guy got mad at him. But overall, it was
I
fun.
can see that
And I had
happening.
visuals. That was
And
really
that was,
fun.
and so you flew out to Dallas for that?
They flew me out
Oh,
and they
nice.
set me up a place to stay.
And you wrote about it for, you said it was in Chess Life?
Well, no. The original article about the art exhibit was in Chess Life, and mine is just for us. It's just in the newsletter. I don't have any ambitions.
That's the
with it.
Mechanics Institute newsletter.
Yeah, just edited
But your
in.
name must have been mentioned in the.
My name was mentioned. They
in
even
the
Shay.
article.
Yeah, I was in the article that Alexi Root had written.
Right.
I was very happy because we had been working on this for only about a month, so it wasn't like totally without its.
And that's her
rough
neighborhood.
edges.
She lives and
Yeah.
works there?
And she is also a prolific writer. She's written many books on chess, chess for kids and
Right.
that sort of thing. She's written for Chess Life, New in Chess. you
She
know,
wrote
so-
about the Mechanics Institute
Yes, she
recently for
did.
Chess
She was
Base.
the author of that one.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, the one with your picture on the front. Yeah.
But if I may, I just want to say in a past life, I was chairman of the first chess advisory board for the UT Dallas Chess Club.
How about
Oh.
that?
So that's where I got to know Alexi and Tim Redman, who was the brains behind the operation for starting that whole wonderful chess program at UT Dallas.
Huh.
Yeah.
William, tell us about you in chess. I mean,
Oh.
you play here at the Mechanics Institute. When did you first start playing chess?
Oh, I started playing in the in the early '70s during the Fischer-Spassky craze.
That sounds familiar.
Playing in these big giant
First
tournaments.
guy I'd met that ever started that time.
Right. What a unique story. No.
And I worked my way up to about 1400, and then for some reason I just got bored with it. And
It wasn't musical enough? Or
well, I got into music then.
what's your axe? What do you?
Oh, I used to play tenor sax.
That's.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
right. I think
well-
you told me that tenor sax.
Yeah, I used to play. Oh, and this
That's
is the
a
one I get
wonderful
to
instrument.
drop these names with my high school band. We played with Winton and Branford Marsalis.
Wow. Okay.
And that
All
that
right.
experience taught me that I was not cut out to be a musician, because these guys were so good when they
Oh,
were kids.
That's like me and Nick DeFermian. That's
Yeah,
John
yeah.
doesn't cut out to
Oh,
be a
yeah.
chess player.
You're like an expert.
But you can always have fun playing these guys as well, or playing with,
With
them,
them.
even.
Well,
Sure,
except for the
right?
embarrassment of having to solo after Winton Marsalis when you're just like this like kind of old district high school guy, but they would always make fun of it.
But
you
what
know.
about two
I'm sure
chords
it's
and the
good-natured
truth?
fun.
What about one chord? What is it? 3 chords and the truth, right? You
No, no,
that's
no.
It's a rock and roll saying, right?
Oh, you see,
3
we were all
chords,
jazz.
Yeah, yeah.
3 chords and the truth.
Heavy metal.
But yeah, so I stopped playing then, and then I worked my way up to 1400 somehow, my very last rating. And then I
That's-
came back here 44 years later.
44 years later. Wow. And you're still playing chess and music.
Yeah,
in
it's
a way.
really weird
Isn't
how
that
that came back
incredible?
around. But I'm really doing graphics. I have a whole 3D display of the chessboard and all these arrows, animated arrows showing the attacks, and then I lift it up into 3D and let the positions change with the strength of the attacks and stuff like that.
Interesting.
So it's really graphics is what I got into professionally and so on. And now I'm retired, and like the chess and the graphics are coming together,
And the music.
and the music, and
It's incredible how the chess can be approached from so many different ways. It's
I'd
amazing.
like to get in touch with you, or you send
Oh,
me an
sure.
email, and because I got another guy who's working on something with very graphically oriented in chess,
oh, cool.
and so maybe the two of you would like to talk.
Yeah, what I'd really like to get is a tactile bodysuit and use that to watch all 10 boards on my body. Like have all the moves you could feel.
That sounds
And then
like a
you could
superhero to me.
watch the whole thing. I want to get Anna Rudolph
Chess
into
man.
that.
You want to get Anna Rudolph to do that, huh?
Yeah, because then she could explain it better than I could, and she would look way better in a.
I can see you're way ahead of the curve here.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jim, we're gonna have to catch the rest of the world up on this stuff
Definitely.
because there's funding for that. I know.
Okay.
No, I don't know.
There's incredible things happening in the world of chess that I would never have imagined, and you guys are opening up all these things. A bodysuit to where you would experience 10 games of chess at once.
Could
Like
you
the
feel the knight
back.
move on you?
The top 2 boards maybe on your back, and then you work your way down.
Right.
And
And you want Anna Rudolph to demonstrate this. I
just
think
for
it's
the
a
VC guys.
perfect idea.
Well, that's a
Just
closer.
absolutely perfect idea. We're going to
You
take
do
a
the
break.
pitch and then you let her
All right,
close.
guys.
Okay.
Do you have anything else to add?
No, but you could watch for me around the Bay Area and performing live with my graphics thing here and there.
Is that right?
I don't have anything I plan right now until February down at Stanford, but
Well, you can.
Get me in touch with that.
You play here at the Mechanics pretty regularly, so just come back when you've got the dates set.
Yeah,
and
sure.
Let us know.
Walking distance to
and I'll
Stanford.
put chess in my shows from now on because I have this little button that puts the chess up there. I just play through games.
Maybe you could actually bring a little audio that a chess audio thing that we could
That's
like
what we're
somehow
working on.
do here at the, and
Yeah.
as long as it doesn't take up hours and hours.
No.
Yeah.
We're working on a demo, but all I have now is on that newsletter article. There's the Vimeo video, and it shows the visuals, but it doesn't have the actual audio that we were doing. That's going to be in the final version of the video.
So go to chessclub.org and go to our latest newsletter, and you can find that.
Scroll down, yeah.
Scroll down.
Chess Reimagined.
Chess Reimagined.
That
Okay.
is awesome.
Okay,
That's
thanks,
awesome.
guys. Thanks for
Yeah,
being
yeah.
here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. We're going to take a break for 5 minutes, and then we'll be back.
Email me.
Don't run away. Okay, we're back here with David Askin, and we are going to look at his game versus Joel Marcus. So tell us about this game. I'm going to use the word that I used before, which was massacre.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
think
I'm not supposed to.
he struggled from early on.
Yeah. So
Now, I
So knight,
expected E5.
knight G to F6 just looked really suspicious to me. I'm not at all remotely booked up in this opening.
neither am I.
Well,
But
aren't you a
E5
D6 guy?
I mean,
E5
E5
is
is
a Philidor.
E5 is a Philidor defense.
right.
Straight into a Philidor. Knight F6 is the.
Not sure what that is.
I mean, Black could try G6 here.
Right, G6 seems like it'd be okay. I feel like even, something like
C6.
E6 isn't good, but it's not
Right.
sort of immediately problematic.
Knight F6 is
Knight
provocative.
F6
It just
provokes
seemed
you to a
very,
better good
very
move.
suspicious to me, and I didn't, I didn't know
can't
for
be a
sure that it
bad
was going to
move.
work out. But yeah, it didn't. It seemed like he was going to have a lot of problems once the pawn
I think
came
you
to
might be
e6.
right, but let's see if he could have improved.
Can't be wrong.
I mean, here he has to play knight d to
Yeah,
e5,
knight g to
because
e5.
otherwise he's losing.
But you're not gonna
Okay,
trade.
so let's
You're not
see.
going to get him off the hook and trade.
If you play queen d8 and f4, he's got h6.
Right,
Right? That's
Right.
a classic kind of thing here.
right.
So I liked queen e2.
Yeah, well, I think
like that
he's
move.
already lost
Struggling.
here. I don't see
struggling
I don't see
there.
any way for him to save the knight.
Both
Can he
Knights.
play h6?
If he plays h6, I think I can play knight h3, which is
Right.
an ugly looking move.
It
But I'm
is.
on both of those knights, and
Right.
he can't defend them both. And the f pawn can attack either knight. So wherever he moves his queen, I can attack whichever knight I need to with a pawn and then capture. I think this
Well,
is
you're
just
making
lost
sense
already.
to me. I don't know.
I mean, h6 is what I expected because I thought he would sort of hope that I might reply with f4. But I'm pretty sure after h6, knight h3,
Even
And
then,
then if he
doesn't,
plays
uh,
queen d5,
he plays queen d5.
I mean, of course you've got knight c3.
Well, but I still
But
have
you
I still
play
have f4.
F4,
I still have
yeah,
f4. And he doesn't.
and queen d4.
Queen d4 is what was played in the game.
Right.
And
I mean, after
and I played
h6 first.
right.
oh,
Yeah, f4.
I don't think it changes anything. The knight,
No.
my knight is on an awkward square,
Yeah.
but I'm winning material.
Yeah.
And that, I mean, that would have made the game a little bit more pleasant for him if he'd gotten my knight on an awkward square. But here,
He's just lost.
yeah,
It's crazy.
yeah.
it certainly
Yeah.
seemed that way to us when we were
Yeah.
watching it.
Yeah. I mean, it's
And
not
there-
crazy.
But,
it's-
and you're
it's-
saying there's no way to save that.
I don't think there. It looks to me like there might not
I felt
be
like I was
After
winning
queen
at that
E2,
point.
there's
After queen
no
e2, he's lost a piece.
I think you're right.
I think
So
so.
let's go back and see if Black
Not to mention his pawn
one-
structure. But
How
yeah.
about
So I think he has to. No, he has to play knight d to e5 too. It's got to be before this. A very ugly
already-
looking reply is maybe instead of f takes f6, which
Oh, wait a minute. What are you saying?
maybe playing f6 instead of taking. Or no, because the knight hangs.
Yeah, the knight hangs. So I wasn't sure what.
so he maybe after e5 should have played knight d5?
Yeah, knight d5, or maybe he doesn't have to.
Here
play.
we are on the
Some
fourth
elegant-
move. Here we are on the fourth move, and knight d5, you go c4 maybe, and you can still throw an e6. Yeah, Black is really.
I was just
guess
surprised.
knight-
I assumed he knew these lines better than me, so I looked a little bit at his
I don't
at his
think
openings.
these
openings.
Like-
these aren't actual lines.
Knight
Yeah,
F6
it's-
is so just
Yeah.
provocative, making him make a good move.
And it just looks
So-
like a lemon.
I
Amazing.
think so. I mean,
Yeah, I think
well,
it
you
has
could
to
play,
be.
maybe he
you could
could-
play knight.
How about if he takes and then
Knight E4.
and then plays knight e4? Maybe that's better.
Right.
There you go. So knight g4 is maybe the real culprit. So knight
Right.
e4 here.
So then I think so. I think I'm still playing e6.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
takes.
I believe. What was going to happen there? I think that there are some lines where bishop d3.
All right, but then you play one of the knights to c5. He's kind of hanging in there.
Right.
I mean, it's ugly, but maybe. How about queen d4? I'm trying to win that knight.
Right.
And then you can play the knight to c5.
Wait a minute. Knight to c5. Yeah, that seems to be.
So knight
He
e4.
survives that.
Knight e4, e6. You might as well, right? And then you just play some normal moves and sort of
Yeah.
target e6 later.
You're going to
maybe
get
bishop
canceled well
c4.
before he does. You're going to
Yeah.
get your pieces out. It just seems like.
But maybe no forced win after knight e4.
Yeah, I wouldn't think you're losing a piece immediately, but you're still structurally unsound. But
Well, he got careless, and after this, let's look at the rest of this horror show. Black just gives up the ghost here,
and
and there's just nothing.
there's no reason to look at it further.
There's no reason to.
May not be anything else interesting here.
Bishop b5 just trades a whole bunch of pieces, I guess. Just
Well, and
black-
I think more importantly than that, if I'm coming into b7 and there's sort of back ranking against the rook issues.
yeah.
I think it's piece activity becomes an issue.
Somebody
as well.
wants to ask
Something
me a
went wrong.
favor. I hope it's.
Something went wrong there.
Well, he was a piece down,
Yeah.
so that's what went wrong.
I think he resigned after Queen G6, King G6. So.
Okay,
All
I
right.
will. Danny Rode, I think, wants to ask Judith if she's at the club to give him a call. I will do that, Danny.
Nice to hear
Right
from
now, do
New
you know Danny
Yorkers?
Rode? I
Yes,
don't know
I
him.
just met him
I
in
played
August.
his dad
Oh yeah.
years ago
Yeah. Well,
in the
he was a good
U.S.
player.
Junior Championship.
Oh,
Yeah.
good for you for qualifying. So you short yourself about your playing skill.
No, I boast about it quite a bit, actually. Good game, David.
Thanks.
Yeah, I mean, you took his piece and you traded pieces
There's
and
much to do
got
beyond
the
there.
job
What they-
done.
yeah,
That's-
take what
yeah,
they give
yeah,
you.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So how many points do you have?
Not enough.
Not enough points. All right,
Well,
thanks.
good luck next week.
All right. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go back up to board one. Let's take a look at this. Is the crucial game of. Do you know what? Danny Rode is involved in chess organizing, and I don't
Yes.
know how is he involved in chess organizing.
Well, he's mostly scholastics. If I'm, and I
Scholastic
don't know
chess.
him very well, but I think that's correct for me to say that he's mostly scholastics. I think he's on the scholastic committee of the USCF.
I know that Judith and Abel have both spoken very highly of him.
When I met him, he seemed like a very energetic, interesting guy. So that doesn't surprise me.
Cool. All right, so this has happened. This is turning out very complicated. Queen d4, all right, so white trades, plays knight b5.
I've lost the thread already.
All right.
Let me catch up.
Okay.
2, 5, 5, okay. 3, 3. Okay, so what Russell is concerned about,
I like this.
Is-
I like the way white's playing this.
I do too. I mean, I
Could sacrifice the exchange here,
would be tempted to, very
or
strongly
play
tempted.
rook f4.
There are,
and
this is one of those plethora of choices.
White looks like he's on the verge of something great here. With the, if he can pick up the pawn on d4.
Rook f4 does look strong. Even the speculation isn't necessary.
You have to watch out for moves like bishop a6, maybe.
Yeah, but then rook takes d4, and I think you're holding.
Bishop b5, knight f5.
Good
Forking.
point. Bishop c4.
Rook
check.
takes c4.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't
Okay,
see
yeah,
that far
yeah.
ahead.
Well,
Or
at
maybe-
the end, he's a pawn up, I think. But anyways, that's...
I think
we should go by it.
Judith has your message, Danny. Okay, so this game is still in progress. Let's go to board 3, where Eric Lee is playing. The two
Oh, yeah,
youngsters
yeah.
are playing.
And you were
get back
thinking
to
knight
this.
b4 here. Yeah.
And he does that. He's
Yeah.
going straight after the pawn.
That's the problem I saw with that is this.
Is this? Yeah. But this is
Well, why
this
didn't
is-
he just take?
good point. Is White still in the driver's seat after?
Well, he's going to lose his a pawn, so you have center pawns, which are preferable
Two center pawns,
to pass pawns. even.
connected center pawns. I don't know.
Well-
This is very complicated. Should Black play bishop takes d3, rook d3, rook b2? White could even think of playing rook b3 there, because even
Oh,
though Black
that's a
can
good
make
move.
even though Black can make
Yes,
a
I changed my
passed pawn.
I changed my mind.
But rook a3, rook b3, rook a2, rook b6.
That's winning, I think.
Should be for white.
Yeah.
White's
So-
going to play rook d2, and black could have played bishop takes d3 there, but decides.
Yes, that
do
is
this.
unusual to me. Why he didn't do that?
Well, black's trying to survive this way instead of the rook ending. I think the rook ending looks like it probably was a better thing to do.
I think so, but you know, rook endings they're always strong. But
And that's, yeah.
white is definitely better with those
So
center
bishop
pawns.
d3, rook d3, rook b2, but then rook b3 is even stronger than it was before because you
Because of
take
the
out
check.
b6 with check. I don't know though.
Yeah, because you get that.
Rook a2, rook b6,
No,
king
it's
d5.
lost. It's lost.
Well, I don't
Yeah.
know. The white king is on the bottom row here.
Yeah, but the rook can't keep a pin there.
Instead of getting fancy with rook b3, maybe just rook d2. So bishop d3, rook d3, rook b2, then just rook d2 to get this king off the. But then rook check and rook h1. This doesn't look clear to me at all. I think black should go into the rook ending. I'm getting. What do you think?
The rook ending is very complicated, but it's all white winning chances, right?
I would say white's better, but of course, but now the threat is bishop f3 check and rook and
No, you can't
yeah,
make.
can't bring the rook.
But
This is another way to play it.
this is another way to play it, and he likes his bishop.
He likes his bishop, and
So-
white is very confined. So this is.
You know, how
this
does
is-
white untangle?
Yeah.
That would play.
White is 2 pawns ahead.
Oh, what does white
Jeez.
play? That is a really good
That
question.
is-
95?
Well, I imagine white would be, 95 looks like a start, and then f3.
And then F3.
Yeah, 95, h5, f3.
And then you're untangled.
Yeah. Okay. Let's roll on to Sotokova Clemens. We left it at this point.
Yeah, this was interesting.
Queen e6, knight c4, protecting the bishop at b2 another time. Rook b3, queen c2, putting more pressure on e4.
And hitting the bishop, yeah.
And now
Now, that's questionable,
further
right?
piling up on that bishop at
I'd
b2.
get the rook out of the way and give up the 2 pieces. You know, it's like,
d4 protects the rook at, threatens bishop h7 check.
yeah.
This is not easy at all. I mean, white probably is going to have to give up, let's see, 95, rook b2, rook b2. I don't think white has enough there. Might
Well,
end
let's
up
see,
being the
what's-
exchange down.
You're 4 pawns to 4 pawns. You're,
Black has done a good job of tying white up.
You've got 2 pieces for a rook, so you could give them back if you won a pawn, so you would be a pawn up. So like a move like rook c1.
Right. But then it's going to be bishops of opposite colors as well.
That's true. But you do have a passed pawn, and rooks are on the board, so it's not bishops of opposite color.
Okay. All right.
So that's the last move. Okay. Well, that's going to go on for a while.
There's still some tactics here, Queen e2.
Interesting. I wasn't thinking of that. I was thinking of dropping back with bishop d3. I don't, or
Maybe,
bishop
maybe.
c2, maybe?
Yeah, or bishop c2. Sotokova is a very optimistic player. She plays very optimistic chess. She doesn't give up. We saw this game and a tragic loss by
Yes.
Elliott after f4, rook d3,
Too bad, so sad.
f e5. Elliott found out that he couldn't play rook e3 because of queen f2. So he lost.
With no defense.
And here's Lehman versus Snyder. and it looks to me like Lehman is going into what
It's over.
a lost endgame probably here.
Yes.
That game's over.
Yeah.
We're gonna see how it ended. 2 pawns down.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. You can't
and now trading into a
completely lost ending.
he's going for something.
Oops, something happened.
Well,
DGT-wise.
that
Yeah.
actually this would after A3, there's no stopping the pawn. There's no stopping the
Correctamundo.
pawn, so he resigned. And the king's coming together in the center as a DGT.
Well, 2 protected outside pass pawns
Yeah.
in a night ending. It's hopeless.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so that was a relatively easy win for Snyder.
Yeah.
We saw this game, the end of this game, and the players not the
Some of them
black
not
player
happy.
threatening to quit chess forever. After that,
giving up chess.
this game was a kind of a joke in the sense that black lost a piece right out of the
Right over
opening.
the opening.
And now this game, we haven't seen this in a while. This is the top game in the AB section.
But this game was
also another massacre.
It was a tragedy.
Oh, it was a tragedy, right? We have some games are tragedies, some games are massacres.
That sounds like a song, right?
Yeah, I think it is.
Sometimes
It
you're the
should be.
windshield, sometimes you're the bug.
White played the most beautiful move in
Oh,
this game.
yes.
Did you see it?
No.
We'll show it to you,
Yeah.
Abel.
Yeah. And we were so happy for him, and then he made an inexplicable error,
Okay.
which is too.
And finally,
Too
after
sad.
losing a piece, we'll show you the game from the beginning. We'll show you White's
Yeah.
beautiful, beautiful move.
Jonah was saying he
Grunfeld?
doesn't-
Exchange
he should
variation.
have lost.
Well, I don't think so. It's interesting. So we have a Grunfeld like we had in that other game with Bishop G5. I'm not sure about the opening because I don't know this opening. B3 looks like an odd move. Doesn't Queen D2 look like the normal sort of move here?
I
But what do
agree.
I know?
No, I agree.
Knight G7. Watch
Just
what
looks
happens
normal.
here. This looks like
All of a
like
sudden, White's
maybe-
making progress.
Bishop F3 and now boom.
Didn't see that.
Right.
I didn't see
And I'll
that.
bet you Jonah Bush didn't see it either. If King F7, Bishop C4 mate. But luckily for black,
King H8.
King H8, and he's still well in the game. Okay.
But Queen takes
Queen takes
F3,
F3.
and I'm just fat, dumb, and happy. As black.
White's
As white.
2 pawns up. So he should be fine, but now he's only 1 pawn up. But now he just needs
Just
to
play
play
Bishop E2.
Bishop E2, right?
Just
Instead,
collect
he
yourself.
continues on with Bishop E5 and boom,
This is the tragic part.
forked. The queen forks the bishop and the rook.
Wow.
And
It's the simplest.
Yes.
And just 2 moves ago.
2 moves ago, he played like this
Queen
Paul
F7
Morphy, Queen
check.
F7 check.
Queen F7 check, and it wins. It looks like you can't take it.
But actually, black was well in the game after King H8, I think, because this is, if
Well,
White
after
plays
Bishop
Bishop
E2.
E2, if White plays Bishop E2 here, I mean, black still has a pass to A pawn. He has Knight E5, attacking the queen. He can maybe try to. I mean, it's not that clear.
Knight C6 takes the
It's
bishop.
not that clear. Okay, I like White, because he's a pawn ahead, but
But this is the value.
it's a
of
fight.
broadcasting these games, like the AB section. Like you get these
Yeah, what a
terrific
brilliant
gem.
Well, yeah,
gems,
maybe
right?
even Queen E2. No,
Queen. And Bishop E2, black could go Queen B2, and I don't know.
castles.
Oof. All right, so now this is the board 10, the top board in the under 1600 section.
Whoa.
Black uncorks Bishop F2 check. What? I would expect
'Cause
a
he's
move
gonna
like
play
Knight
Knight
D3.
D3.
Well, I'd expect Knight D3 first, maybe.
Well, but if he did, now 93 is a big change. Is it?
Yeah,
Is
but
it?
this
Yeah, I
material,
see what you're
this
saying.
material unbalance What?
I don't understand.
Queen takes d6.
Oh, the A pawn.
Oh, the a8 rook is
Yeah.
hanging. Duh. It's
Sorry.
getting late, folks.
Yes, it's getting late for us.
This is a material imbalance that amateurs seem to be fond of, and of like, oh, I've got a rook, you know. But I mean, the two pieces usually are better than a rook.
Really. John Fedorovich told me that a long time ago.
Yeah.
It's like
Almost always.
always take the piece.
Almost always.
Yes.
Knight d5 is a good move. Looks like black is knight e7 is a huge threat here, with the king unable to
I
go
don't
to
like-
h7. He's got to
Yeah.
take it. And black played a good game,
Oh,
but now he's
yeah.
not doing so good. Yeah, white is much better. And that's a good move too.
Yeah.
And even this endgame
That's
would
still
have been
threatening.
good, but this,
Rook, yeah, rook's got to
White's
move
moving
again.
in.
Yeah, oh, he just
and that
gotta
doesn't
give up.
do anything.
Yeah. What is this? Yeah.
This is a very well played
We've
game
seen
by
this.
White.
We've seen this kind of thing
This
before.
is-
A piece up,
Yeah,
something to play for. And yeah,
black is playing on for some
resignation is
reason.
a personal thing, so you
Yeah.
resign when you want.
This was a well played game by White.
I agree.
Black missed a lot of opportunity, and mainly he kept it
It was
complicated.
very complicated here.
Instead of playing just simple chess and playing knight
takes
c3 or
3C,
something like that.
3, yeah. It really, then I kind of like his game because he's got the two bishops.
But White did play well to, in way back here. Let's see, Queen b3, Bishop e6 was maybe not such a good move as it leaves you open to d4, d5, right?
yeah.
That's another thing. Just castle, right? What makes you want to play Bishop e6 so
Yeah.
fast, right?
Right.
You know, like there's this
Just castle.
there's this thing of like playing forcing moves that rebound on you. And there's another move, unnecessary move, completely unnecessary. And White seizes his chance because you only get often one chance in chess.
The king's
and
still in the
suddenly
middle of the
game
board,
is complicated and White has compensation for having given up the two bishops. The White was outplayed, and then Black outplayed himself with a couple of slow moves. That's what it looks like to me. There was no need to play like that, and so, boom, boom. Okay, this game, we won't go through it anymore. We're at this situation.
Yeah. Well, there's been really fascinating positions.
Yeah, and it's not
they may have
over.
been misplayed, but they were still fascinating.
Yeah. Okay,
And
so
Queen f7 check, you don't see moves like
meanwhile, board one, excitement on board one. Let's stick around for
Yes.
this. Rook f4, we called it. Knight f8. Okay, so Black is trying to get this knight back in. It's true. Black needs to get this knight back into the game, but he's losing the d4 pawn or the g6 pawn. So I'm not sure that this is going to work.
It's not clear
And
to
that
me.
looks like a sober
Yes.
move. Bishop f8, and now taking on d4. And Black is
It's
in
hard to
trouble.
argue.
Black, it looks like, oh, knight c2. Okay.
Oh yeah, he can double.
Black is trying,
Maybe.
and that bishop
Maybe
at
he can
b7 is looking suddenly really.
tough.
Yeah, let's go back here, just for 1 second.
Yeah, just
In
take something else. Take the rook.
Play rook f8 and then knight d4 or something like that.
Well, that would be.
Then
that'd
rook
be-
d8?
That would be, yeah. But you could take on g6.
Lots of possibilities here. Yes, play rook, yeah, take on f8, rook takes f8, rook takes f8, and then maybe bishop takes g6. Yeah.
And that looks pretty good.
Suddenly, Black looks like he's getting. So White, what is White toying with the idea of playing rook d6? Can he mate him after rook d6, knight a1, rook g6 check?
I don't
I
like
don't
this
think
all of a
so.
sudden. I don't like
Isn't
this
that
all
funny
of a sudden.
how things turn on a dime?
On a
Knight c2
dime.
is a nice move.
Knight c2 is I'm not going to say it's winning, but I think it's winning.
I think White's trying to find a way to give up
How do
an
you-
exchange here, maybe, by playing rook d6 or rook d7 or something like that.
A rook f8 or rook f1. It's like something to take the pressure off. But
The obvious bishop c2 looks like it's going to run into,
I don't see him surviving that.
yeah, rook c2 and then rook g2 check or something.
Yeah.
That's true. There's no surviving it. So White's going to lose something here. Unbelievable.
How do you want to lose it? Let's see.
And
Is-
it's a very
can you
obvious
threaten something
move. I mean,
else, like
again,
Knight d6.
White had a lot of time here. So in this position, White had
Yeah.
a lot of time.
And
It
just
doesn't-
scarf the pawn without
Just
thinking it through.
yeah, without thinking what's going to happen after knight c2. That's often the case.
Isn't
It's
it?
like just give it that little bit more of
Pause.
your attention.
Just pause.
Right. Elliot got on the chat and said, "Grr." Are you still around, Elliot?
And he's still mad at his
Are you
performance.
still around, Elliot? You've got actually one of the great attitudes towards chess, I think.
Yeah.
You know, you
He's
keep
going to be
coming
back for more. Yeah.
coming back for more. Who am I to talk though? I sit here and I'm not.
Well,
playing.
we're kibitzers now.
We're kibitzers, yeah. Okay. this
Somebody's
is
got to do it.
a bit of a turnaround, maybe. All right, Eric Lee and Ethan Boldy. Let's get back to
I
this
still
game.
think knight e5 is the move here.
He played knight e1.
Okay.
Why go forward when you can go back? He's going to play. He's going to play f3 regardless. Oh no, he's
What?
moving back.
Oh, so he's going to play
Oh,
king
D2
d2
and
and
rook
rook
C1.
c1. Yeah.
He's got a knight.
That's
Of
not a
course,
bad
Black
idea.
Can play rook f8.
How do you answer that?
I don't know. Very strange. Very
I think
strange.
knight e5 was superior, but what do I know?
You know a lot, I think. All right, let's roll on here. Sodakova Clemens. This was another tough fight.
This is I thought this was going to play on for a while.
Bishop d4 is a threat, or could be a threat. Bishop d3. I guess if bishop d4, bishop d4. Okay, so queen b4.
Yeah, that looks strong.
And White now gives up the piece on b2. So White, and plays rook b1.
Wow, what
nice
a nice
move.
intermezzo.
Yeah, a trap. It was a trap is exactly
was
what it
like-
was.
It was like
This is now lost probably for Black. Well,
Black is
can White pick up a piece here?
Black is thinking, oh, I'm seeing further than she is, and she's thinking, oh, please take it.
So White can win the pawn.
Win the pawn. Should
White
win the
can't
pawn.
win a piece here. Queen e4, rook b4. Queen e4, rook b4.
And then take and save the check, but. Yeah, I think rook
Well,
b4
White's in the
holds,
driver's
right?
seat, but this could be a draw.
This is going to be a tough win.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one. If Black doesn't blunder a piece here.
And I don't
Christian
think,
Clemens is playing tough against the Masters. You got to give him credit. We got one more game left here.
well, White is live.
All the other games.
I mean, board one is live still.
Yeah, all the other games are done. We'll go to the top board. Oh, this is
That's
not
over.
even worth looking
Yeah.
at.
Nope.
Although White's made it a little more difficult for himself. This is still a win. Wow, how did this pawn formation on the queen side happen? Definitely to Black's advantage, but
You got an extra piece.
yeah, it's over. Okay, back up to board one, and we're going to see how
Knight
Michael
d6. I was thinking
deals
that.
with it with knight d6.
I was thinking about that, and
He's trying to eliminate that bishop, and of course the knight just takes a whole rook on
but
the-
it's just an exchange, right?
Yeah.
So
But this has gone Black's way. It's amazing.
it's definitely turned to Black's, but it's not absolutely winning like bishop takes knight at c2
Well, knight
would have
f3
been.
check and knight takes h4.
Oh, that looks bad, because that's with check too.
Of course, you know, knight takes a5, but with pieces and pawns all over the board, the rooks are
I
going
don't
to
think
be
he's ever going to be able
dominant.
to take that pawn on e5.
He's probably not going to be. Yeah, this is
knight
really
f3 looks
turned
too strong.
turned against Michael Walter here. All right, let's go to Eric Lee.
Never
and,
too bad, but not tragic.
yeah.
Oh, that's how he defends.
White's trying to.
That's
Well,
how
Black
he
didn't play
defends.
rook f8. Black played h4. Now knight d3.
Right. Oh, I don't like h4.
You know, I'm not going to predict how. I mean, you know, I'm not sure what's going to happen in this game, but I mean, White is still 2 pawns ahead,
And-
despite Black's positional
And after, he's starting rook
advantage.
c1 and f4
Yeah,
check.
he's going to just.
It-
If Black needs to get at least 1 pawn back here, otherwise it's not
yeah,
going
he
to go
needed
well.
to play rook f8, I think.
2 pawns down is a lot, even for a big positional advantage. All right, Sotokova is played
Yeah.
queen e4, attacking 3 black pieces.
You can save 2.
Rook b4 is coming, and then queen
Or-
takes c6, and we have a long game ahead of us.
Yeah.
As long as Christian keeps his head, he might
Besides-
be able to draw
But
that.
if rook takes and queen takes, then rook to b2 puts pressure on the
Yeah,
f
there
pawn.
could be problems for White too.
Looks like it to me.
So if queen c6, rook b2.
I think so. And then all of a sudden the tables are turned again.
Well, White's not going to lose.
Well, if he gets down to a 3-2 pawn ending.
Yeah, but White's probably not going to do that.
That's true.
Not going to give up his
I agree.
queen.
But
So now rook b2, and Clemens is,
What
I
do you
think,
do, run
doing
away?
fine.
You
Probably
got to run
doing
away.
fine.
I don't.
Maybe some move like queen d6. If all right, we'll see what happens here. So, if I'm saying if rook b2, queen d6 maybe, and then if rook f2 check, but then the
See,
rook can
it's
just
so
return
awkward.
to d2. Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see that White has any
Advantage
way
here.
I'm looking at some queen
I'm looking-
move that destroys the coordination
I'm
of the
looking
black
at
pieces.
I'm looking at king f3, king e4.
It's possible. I have a feeling that this is a draw.
It looks more and more like it.
Yeah. Okay, let's go back up to board 1.
That's the only one that's
And this
interesting.
did
You did
exactly
what
like,
you thought.
yeah, because we're
But now-
geniuses
Well,
of
you are.
prognostication. And so White has been playing without the rook at a1 the entire game.
It's still where it started.
It's still where it started, and it needs to come into the game, and it does.
Okay, what is the
So-
thinking here, though? Oh, okay,
It's
I
black
see.
for choice. It's black for choice.
But, you know,
It's
it's
complicated.
getting interested because the bishop d5, rook c7, if he doesn't, take
Yeah.
advantage of it,
Yeah.
then all of a sudden white is on the attack. Yeah,
Black
you got
doesn't.
it. I think
Black
that's
doesn't
forced.
want to
Right.
allow the rook to infiltrate.
Right.
So the rook is going to go to some other square here.
Or you could throw bd5 in, but I don't think it matters. So,
Probably just chasing the king to the second rank is not a good idea.
yeah.
All right,
Rook f1.
we're winding it. That's a board 1. Master Walter versus Master Wong. The battle of the W's. Okay.
Well, what?
This is Eric Lee.
Okay. So he felt the need to do that.
White played rook g1.
Why not play rook c1?
And black backtracked with the bishop to f5. So black is trying to, hold on to his positional advantage. If that white rook gets into the game in any way,
Well, rook c1.
yeah, what about rook c1? I agree. This seems to be, white is marching steadily onward here.
Yeah,
Okay.
because you're threatening knight e5.
And here's Sotokova Clemens. And you played your king f3 move. I think
King
white,
f4. Yeah.
I don't know, is white losing the, because is the black rook going, black
You
bishop?
play king e4. He has to move the bishop, right?
Well, he could play rook d2.
Okay, he could, but then you could save your h pawn.
Or bishop g7. Can't you play bishop g7? If queen check, you can play bishop f8. And
Wait
there's
a
no
minute.
checks anywhere.
Why would you play queen g7? Wait,
Bishop g, I'm saying black can play bishop g7 here.
Oh. correct.
Yeah.
Okay, but
I
you
don't-
still have to, you can still
I
save
don't
the
think
pawns
black's
now.
going to lose this. I don't think black is going to
No,
lose
but
this.
I just thought, I didn't want to lose the h pawn too,
Yeah.
and I think you can save it this way.
Ooh,
Okay.
that looks like the wrong direction, folks. I don't know. I just don't like it.
Nor do I. However,
But I mean, it's going to be hard to trap the trap the
I
white.
play h4.
Queen b6. I'm looking at all kinds of moves that
Yeah, but you can just play rook h4
takes
too.
h2. Yeah,
So
h4.
h4.
Yeah.
And I don't see.
I don't know where
what's
white's going
worried?
with this.
What's
Yeah.
white worried about though?
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, you're right. White doesn't want to lose too many pawns. I predict a draw there
Yeah,
eventually.
I think that's right.
And this game,
Is still
this
going.
is still going. Okay.
But that's going to end. Now this is interesting.
Okay, so rook c1 was played, rook fc8 was played, rook f1. White's
That's
trying
right.
to enjoy,
That's correct. That's all correct.
avoid the trade.
Now rook c7.
Rook c7 was played,
So a knight
knight d6,
instead of taking
rook
the pawn.
b2,
Okay.
bishop d5 check.
And I see what you're up against.
King h7 is forced.
I agree.
Because of king g7, knight e8.
And now knight f5. I think you're fine. I mean, black is protected then.
White has to try knight e4 or something. Somehow that presence of that black rook on the 7th rank.
It's scary, isn't it?
This is, White's going to be lucky to draw this, I think, at this point. And he's behind on the clock.
You might try knight e8, which I have not calculated.
Yeah, knight e8, it's true. Knight e8. Rook e7, knight f6, king g7. No more checks. Knight e8, rook e7.
Yeah.
Trying to make something work here.
Me too, and I'm not coming
I'm
up
not
with a whole
seeing it.
lot.
Yeah. Wow. Russell Wong is fighting and looks to me like he's very close to winning here. I don't see how white can organize anything if black is careful and doesn't allow a perpetual check. He's now the exchange and a pawn down.
Well, actually, if knight e8, rook c c7 looks pretty bad too. Although maybe you can get a perpetual. So
With
No.
rook f7 check.
yeah. So
Yeah, knight e8. I think black still has to cover the
Yeah.
second rank.
Yeah, I
Play
think
rook
you're right. I
e7
think you're right.
maybe.
yeah.
He's trying it. So rook e7, rook f8 is impossible because of rook e1 check. So this combines attack and defense.
Yep.
I think Michael Walder has lost the thread of the game. I mean, he did lose the thread of the game. All right, so king g7, and then knight g8 maybe is the last hope that you can pull something off.
That's what I would have played.
Now knight g8 is
Then
I don't believe it. Knight
don't
g8.
either. Then rook d7.
Then maybe rook d7. I mean, white is really flailing here.
Yes.
Or maybe the rook goes, yeah, rook. Then the knight could go back to f6.
See, I just want to play. I want a tempo to play knight f5, and then I can go to sleep. But,
Yeah.
I don't-
Very, very tough situation for white. I mean, if he's got a draw, it'll be some problem like draw. Knight g8 here.
Knight g8 is the only thing that I can see that's forcing.
And then maybe the rook could come to e2. And if rook f7 check, king h8.
Oh, brilliant! Yes.
And then you threaten with rook e1 mate.
either rook will
Yeah.
make. Yeah. And
So knight g8 doesn't even work. Rook e2.
then he's got to come back to f1. Oh.
Black is closing in for the kill.
I'm afraid that's true. Because if he comes back to f1, you play knight f5, and you're happy as it could be.
Yep. Okay. Wow. Okay. Let's see how the Boldy, Eric Lee. This is the two youngsters.
All right.
So, black. I don't think black. I mean, if black liquidates the pawns on the king side, he's still 2 pawns down. Black's doing a good job of sort of hanging in there and pretending that everything is okay. But still, he's 2 pawns down in an endgame. It's amazing that he's survived this long. And is white really having trouble winning this endgame here?
Well, it's implausible.
How about just bishop e3,
Yeah, and then put it
bishop
somewhere else.
d4,
Yeah.
and then shoulder the king
up.
out?
Yeah. Well, I would just play the king has got to retreat, and then king.
Well, now he
to the
plays
fourth
king
rank.
d5. See, he's trying to go in here.
Right.
And white somehow allowed this pawn formation.
But
which
it's still lost.
Yeah, it's still lost.
He's just play king d3 again,
And then king e5.
and then bishop anyway. Oh, that was a mistake.
Well, maybe not. I don't know. I mean, white has really misplayed this, in a
Clearly.
certain sense. I
All
mean,
right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is the queen for white. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't see it.
yeah, I don't see it either. White can win just by coming up
Yep.
over here and taking the h pawn. And we'll figure out how to do that.
Yeah, much
Okay.
easier win, but
Yeah, here's Walter. They're still waiting for a white move here.
and I don't know what to recommend.
I think it's lost. And Eric Lee and Boldy, and slowly white is creeping up. Ready to play rook a3 and rook b3 or something like that, and you know.
Yeah, I was even thinking of b4, a4, b5, or something like that, or a5, or
Or d5.
Correct.
d5 now is a threat, actually, because of bishop d5, rook d3. And if he
You're just
doesn't
the
take,
pawn
then
up.
rook c6.
yeah.
Yeah, white's going to find some way in here. It's a matter of time. Sotokova Clemens.
This I don't quite understand.
Black's pieces are all over the board, but probably cannot be caught.
I don't think they can be.
Queen b8 and g4 doesn't look like it could work. Queen b8, does white have a chance here with queen b8 check and g4?
Well, why not g4 first?
Because he takes, oh yeah, that's true. g4 first.
But why? What? You're not making progress. You're trading off the g for the h pawn. So it's.
Yeah.
I don't see why you would do that even. Just hold this position.
Well, I'm trying to pick off your rook on on H.
I know.
your
I know. I
unprotected
know. I was
rook.
thinking of that too, but
And keeping an eye on the bishop at B2 as
just,
well.
you know,
But it doesn't look
King
like it's
G7 and
nothing's.
yeah.
But black has not chosen the most safe setup.
No,
If
I
they Put
agree.
the bishop on F8 or something. There's no way he's going to lose.
Right.
But okay. And White's
King
still
F4.
working this one out. Let's see. King F4, King B3, King G5, King A3, King H5, King B4. White wins easily here.
Yes.
Easily, without any problem. Okay.
Oh.
White, let's see what happened. On King G7, 98, rook E7, knight F6, King G7. White tried
What?
King G1.
Oh, okay. But knight F5. Yeah.
Knight returned to F5.
That's what I was waiting for.
Knight H5 check.
Oh, okay.
GH, rook F5, rook E1, rook F1, King F1, rook B5 is a nice move.
Yeah.
That's it.
And even King
Yeah,
G6
and
would have worked.
I think White is going to resign or let his flag do it for him. It looks like
0-1, yep.
they're signing score sheets.
Yes.
We're looking at the players right now.
Good job, Russell.
Russell Wong is playing very tough in this tournament. This is a really
2 weeks ago, Michael Walder played a very good game.
yeah.
I
No,
thought.
these old guys are finally showing some spirit.
Yeah.
After getting kicked around by the youngsters for
Tell me about
months
it.
and months, I'm finally seeing.
I only
some,
play in senior tournaments now.
Is that right? Do they have such
Well,
a
that's
thing?
the
I don't
last-
want to know about it.
If you're over 50, you can play.
I'm over 50.
You can play.
Oh gosh.
I stopped playing when Larry Christensen turned 50.
Oh, he's really still very strong.
I had a shot.
Okay.
I had my
So
shot.
I think we have a result on board one. This is
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Rook B5, White played King E1. I doubt it. Black won.
Yeah.
Back on.
Oh,
and
he did
White-
play D5.
White.
Awesome.
Black played Rook H8, which seems apropos of nothing, because on G3,
Rook
White's
C6.
clearly going to take with the F pawn, no matter what. He must.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
Right.
So now D5 is a strong move, threatening Rook
Absolutely.
C6 check. Black has not done anything to help himself
It
here.
doesn't, well, I guess it doesn't
Rook
really.
C6, Bishop D5,
Rook
Rook
takes.
takes B6. Yeah.
And then.
I think White's going to find a way in here. He's slowly starting to. This is looking bad, worse and worse and worse for Black. Black's sort
I'm
of.
afraid so.
Black's just playing move by move. He should have gone into the rook ending, like we said an hour ago. Maybe. All right, so G4 was played by.
Yeah.
And
It's cheapo
White's
potential.
only chance is to take. Is to find the discoordination between black pieces.
But don't self-mate. That's the main thing here. F5.
Right. Find some way to. King G7.
Ah, that would be simple.
And that's what was
Yeah.
played. Natalia's been hoping for a miracle here. And there's even ways to lose this. If black can play bishop f6 and rook takes h4, you know, that doesn't look...
I hadn't thought about that.
I think it's time to try to chase the rook off the h-pawn or something, but maybe it'll return to the... I don't know.
Like rook,
something...
Queen B8.
Queen G1
Queen
maybe,
B8,
or
or-
yeah, chase the rook off. But the rook could eventually attack the pawn laterally. I guess,
Correct. This
you
is
know,
not so easy.
well, if White can play h5, it should,
Yeah.
yeah.
But then F5 check.
Also, White's well ahead on the clock. I think it should be a draw, but White's got
now
some
I think
issues.
black has some winning chances here.
Yeah,
And I don't think white does.
I don't think so either.
King G7 was a good move because you play Bishop F8. It's good knight
And
Irene.
this is the last two games here, folks. We're probably going to get a flurry of moves as time trouble approaches.
Why not be simple? Yeah.
Rook
that's-
c4 was played, attacking the bishop, and now a3. White doesn't want to play rook c6, which looks decisive. Oh, he's getting the pawn at a8.
A2
A2.
out of the way. Yeah.
Being careful. Now rook c6.
Now Rook C6.
Yeah. White's starting to make some serious progress here. Rook c5. Is he just
That's a
overlooking
little-
rook c6?
That's a little passive.
Well, king c3 and king d4. There's nothing that's going to stop White from winning this.
That's true.
Finding a way in and winning this, I think.
King C3 is a big threat.
All right. Congratulations, man. Come sit down here and give them and prevent us from falling asleep. That's your job.
That looks winning.
All right. So Black got a very good opening, and then misplayed it.
He played this Archangelsk, which I've never.
Right.
I
You-
prepared for this anti-martial.
You should study it, because this, I think, Black got a very good game here, and he made some bad moves, though. 2 bad moves in a row.
Oh.
I thought that was a good move.
Yeah, I liked all this till he gave the dark square bishop. It was, I think, Black was better.
Black is better here.
Yeah.
Now bishop e6 is not that good a move. It's
We thought you should
unnecessary.
just castle.
You should just castle. And now there's another bad move, and you seized your opportunity. I think you're in the game here.
Yeah.
You know, this is, and you played what you need to do.
You're
This
down the
because
2 bishops, but you have the center.
Yeah.
His king is still in the
I
middle
like
of the
I
board.
like what you did here.
This is good moves. All good moves.
Yeah, I think you.
Yeah, I think
I
I
mean,
might have missed it.
why? You see what happened? Black made these 2 silly moves, and he got himself in a lot of trouble.
210p. If you had put the king in the corner, it would have been like just fine for Black.
Yeah, yeah. So you'll go to
Yeah.
you go back to the drawing board here. I mean, White is close to winning here with maybe rook e6 check. We looked at that too. That might be
Yeah.
something you want to look at.
I thought of sacking the exchange. Then I thought, okay, like most of the time, like what these prophylactic ideas, like okay, my pieces, these 2 pieces somehow need to come into the attack. So I just played knight c3 here because okay, the knight has to be defended now. Okay, after queen c6, right? Yeah, yeah. After queen c6, king f8.
And again, Black should just play knight takes
Yeah,
c3.
we didn't like knight b4.
So knight takes c3. I thought okay, b c3 and bishop a3. No.
Well, he's going to play king g8.
Oh yeah, king g8 is.
I mean, knight c3, king g8, king h7, something like that. I mean, Black has to, or knight c3, b c3 takes bishop a3, king g8.
Yeah.
Yeah, just play safe. He's gotten himself in. He should be playing simple
Because
chess
Black has
instead
the
of
2
making
bishops,
these
so that's
complicated,
always an ending advantage.
complicated moves. Now you threaten his knight.
I think that bishop takes f2 was the critical moment. Like he shouldn't give up his dark squared bishop.
Yeah, that
Once
wasn't-
the bishop is gone, I'm like I know the position is either winning or like at least like
But
I can never lose it.
You've done very well here, I think, in this. Yeah, this bishop f2 was a bad move.
Yeah, this bishop. Once the bishop is off the board, I know I can never lose this game. So. And then
We
yeah,
questioned it.
Yeah, this is just.
yeah.
Why play like this? That was a good move too, of course. And
yeah.
this is very good.
Now you're all over him.
So till I found the actually I didn't know I was winning till I found this queen coming in to like slowly deny the rook of squares. Till
Somebody's
Yes.
saying hi, Sachin.
it's Mansoor.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You're probably winning here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. After this, it's just the queen starts to staircase the rook and harass it.
I don't think his preparation paid off. Maybe his psychological preparation, but not his chess preparation.
Yeah, I completely prepared this 8-a4 anti-martial and he played like b5 in the 4th move and like all my prep went to waste. So, you know. Yeah.
I think you were correct to keep the
We hate
queens.
that when that
I think you're
happens.
correct to keep the queens on because
Yes.
you're going to
Yeah.
win something.
Yes.
The staircase
that-
is
yeah.
the only way to do it.
Now,
And
why
the
is
rest
it,
of this
why
is-
is it even interesting now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, good job.
Congratulations.
Thanks,
no, you played
very well
very
done.
well after the beginning, which
Yeah.
is not so good.
Yeah, I need to
And-
study that. So
and
Peter
you-
Swidler has this video series on the Peter Swidler's Archangels, which
Okay,
is
yeah,
like
yeah,
a video
that's a good
series.
idea. Study it because I don't know it, and then you can teach me. Yeah.
It's a very
We'll be looking at this
complicated
game.
system.
Oh, that's a way better,
Right.
much better
I
way
also
to play that.
decided, so probably the Rai Lopez is for your level
The
or
other-
GM level because there are just so many pieces and there's just so many complications.
The other thing you can do is like you learn it. You can learn it for black. Maybe play it for black.
Yeah, but as I said, I think it's slightly above my level. The opening, the general Rai Lopez, like
Well, see, what I'm looking at is I don't know this variation very well, but what I saw happen here was that some unnecessary moves, like
Which
like
move?
maybe H3.
But
is-
then if I allow Bishop G4, then like
yeah.
White has everything, Black has everything in the opening, and like
Well, you can play slowly in those positions. When black plays
C3,
bishop
D3.
G4, you can play C3, D3, rook E1, knight D2, knight F1. That you can play like that. It's possible. And sometimes black doesn't want to trade here.
so.
Right? So this is one way of looking at it, right? So H3, I'm not sure. Maybe that's good. You know, knight F6.
I understand your thinking that it's
Rook E1.
uncomfortable.
Yeah,
It seems to me though that black.
I missed knight a5 actually. I didn't even consider it as a
Yes,
move.
because
now in
that
this
bishop
position-
is so key.
Now
I
in
don't
this
want to give it up.
position, I don't think you can play D4, right? And
No, d4 doesn't work here.
takes, bishop takes, queen takes, and C5 and C4.
Yeah.
So if that's true, then maybe this position's already good for black. And I think maybe it is. I don't know the opening, but if you know,
So one question I had was whether taking with the queen was correct because I thought
how
of
about
A b3
D4 takes E5?
d4.
Ooh,
I mean,
That's- that is
Again,
So
typical
so
Paul Whitehead.
one other move I considered here was
maybe black should have castled first, but then white could play C3. See, these are opening questions that
Yeah.
I should know,
But
I
you can't know
forgot
all
them
the
a long
openings,
time ago.
yeah.
So
And-
one question I had, so essentially I'll explain my thinking. So I was completely taken out of book by fifth move, like I
Right.
didn't expect this. So I was trying to transpose it into this, something like anti-martial with A4. So I was like trying to get into these positions where like I can like, maybe if he plays like with the pawn on D6 and bishop on C5 instead of bishop on E7 and the pawn on D7. So I was trying to like make it into that anti-martial, but then once he played knight A5, all that went out of the window, and like,
Yes.
I was like, okay, so no.
Right.
So was I right in taking with the queen after this C3?
Well, I don't. I think that black is perfectly good here, and it's only his next two moves that land him into trouble.
Well,
I mean,
you're going to
queen I
want
think
to play.
is good.
You're going to want to play D4, so
Yeah.
you don't want to leave yourself with double isolated pawns. So
Yeah, that's a good point. Queen B3 is probably correct in that. So black should just castle here,
Yes.
or something like.
After
Um,
castles,
But bishop
it's-
E6 is not bad, but it does leave a vulnerability.
the way he follows
Right.
up on it.
And now,
is-
why not castle? Why play H6 and then?
I think he was afraid of knight G5. Even I was
But
surprised
then
by
you can
H6.
go back. He could go back.
He doesn't even need to like do
Right.
anything but
and
play
then
bishop.
H6 comes with the tempo.
Right.
So it's like,
right.
Yep. I wouldn't play knight G5 because I know that bishop D7 and then what?
yeah.
Then he plays H6.
And then what?
Yeah, right, exactly.
And I have to play like D3 or
So
something. if he
H6
castles.
is definitely a waste of time. And
We
then
thought so.
I think you do well here.
Yeah, this is great. The
So,
next sequence of moves is just
So
exactly
to
correct.
prepare for this game, I basically like I haven't played the Rai Lopez much. So what Mansoor was saying is like I was playing these lines against Stockfish, but obviously engine like completely like destroyed.
It's
me.
also possible to play positionally here. You can play bishop E3 even as well.
Yes, bishop E3 is
and then try to play on the C file.
so my
So
yeah.
I think already you've got a good
You've
game.
got options.
You've got a good game, and you take away his two bishops pretty much by that as well. So
That's
this is
true.
a very Two different ways of playing it here. Maybe e5 is even better.
It's way too complicated. Like
It's very complicated, but I also thought it was thematic. You're opening up the position.
Yeah.
The king is still
as
in the
king
center.
wanted
And
to
this is
capitalize.
what, his fourth move with the bishop in the opening? You already know something is going wrong when people are moving, you know. So does rook e6, let's just take one more look at it. Rook e6 takes, queen check, he must go king f8.
Or does he have any way of escaping with king d7?
No, knight e5 check.
Right, king
So-
c8.
D7, wait a minute.
Because I think we went through that a little too quickly
you're right,
the
we
first
did
time.
go, okay, you're right, rook e6. It shouldn't work, I mean, I guess.
I know, I've got that sense too, but I can't see.
So I couldn't make rook e6 work, and I just wanted to.
King
I thought, okay,
queen
maybe
takes e6, so yeah, maybe it's
If it takes-
all fine. Yeah.
Rook
I think
e6,
it's. I think
f6,
is that queen g6 ideas? Yes.
King d7, but if king d7, then queen f7
Queen
check.
f7
or,
check. Yes.
or
And then I win your knight on d5.
or you play knight e5, like we were saying.
And then queen e6 and queen takes d5, if nothing else.
Yeah,
Probably
if
rook
nothing
e6
else,
is winning
yeah.
on this
Well,
one.
but he could go king f8.
You can go
Rook
king
e6,
f8.
fe, queen g6, king f8. Now if you play knight
Knight
e5,
e5.
he goes queen e8,
That's what we were
not
looking
queen
at.
f6 because of knight d7, but he goes queen e8. So I don't think it works. I don't think it works.
Well, even in that position, the queen can move away from g6 and threaten to put the knight there.
Yeah.
But
He
where do you
goes-
move
then he
it
goes
that
king.
it's...
Yeah. But is it a threat? Because
I-
the king can go to g8. I don't know.
I don't
Once
know
were
either.
saying
I
to
don't
play
know either.
b3 after queen c6. I don't know. Like queen c6, it's too complicated.
He's looking at this. Okay,
Yeah.
so queen c6, king f8, knight c3, knight b4, queen e4. This is
Yeah,
where he
here
wants-
b3. So why I didn't play b3 was I kind of like let me.
Your friend wants to know.
So b3 here, b3.
Maybe knight d3 and something
Yeah.
similar.
Knight d3 some trick, and like I thought what I did was a bit
Probably
cleaner.
wouldn't work. I see. Right. Yeah.
Or
Bishop
even
f4.
queen f6.
Oh, after bishop.
Oh, no,
c-
no, he can't do that.
Yeah, after bishop c4. Yes. Yeah, that's exactly what he means. b3 here. Yeah, b3 should probably win, but
It's a good move too.
I did see b3,
Well,
but
b3, queen takes b4.
so b3 knight
d3.
Knight d3.
b3 bishop d3 no.
No, queen takes
Queen
b4.
takes b4. Yes.
Yeah.
Knight d3 and
Well, you know, something should work for white here.
I think
I
so.
think I like your move too, bishop f4.
just develop and like
Rook
threaten to take
D1
on
is-
c7. Yes.
D1 is almost
It
a
seemed
winning
to-
threat
It
here.
seemed like what
Yeah.
could be wrong with that move, you know?
And this
b3
is
might
just
work
bad.
out.
Yeah. This once the dark squared bishop was gone, like I was like, okay, fine. you know,
All right, congratulations.
Uh,
What's
also-
your score now?
4.5 and 5.
4.4.
That was I had a buy in round 2.
So that was,
Congratulations.
so you've won
You're
all your
winning.
games.
You're winning.
So I actually have to say, I have to tell that Michael Martin deserves to be where I am right now because last week he completely like destroyed me
Yeah, yeah,
over the
yeah.
board and
No,
like,
I
he
know.
just blundered a bishop in
Right.
the end. Like that was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
very painful for
Yeah,
him. Like
I know.
sometimes like today maybe like I played better than before, but
Right.
like last week was like completely undeserved. So just a
Well,
shout out to Michael.
Yes,
No,
yes.
there's no such. Every
Well,
win is deserved in some
Everybody
way.
has come in here and said, I was completely won and
Right.
I played this. Oh, I'm going to quit chess.
So yeah, last week I just like capitalized on his time trouble more than playing chess.
Yeah, no,
So,
I saw that game. He
You're
brought
being
that
very
game
modest.
into my Thursday class. He showed me.
He completely
was-
destroyed me like in the opening.
Yeah.
And like I prepared like this Botvinnik Keres idea with so
That game is not online here, right?
no, but I know the game.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, it's not online.
No.
unfortunately.
So it's a draw.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Anyway,
So I thought I saw a draw there, but no.
so
No, that was
Still live?
a different.
Oh.
Okay. Russell Wong won,
Yep.
and
The only game going on is 4.
So to
but
come back
that's
and
what I saw. Yeah, I knew I saw
okay,
it.
this game was won by Eric Lee. played out till mates,
Yes.
and that's normal.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
If you say so.
and the Sotokova game, Clemens is a draw. Agreed to a draw. Let's just play it out really quickly. Okay, so Black's achieving some coordination here and winning the pawn. And they agreed to a draw?
That's outstanding.
Ooh, if I was Black, I'd be playing for
I
a win
would
here.
be-
But Black is almost on the increment.
Oh, so
And that's part of the issue maybe here. Because Black has definitely got some chances.
I couldn't agree more. If I was
Yeah.
Black, I would be.
But Black
playing
is
for a
on the
win.
increment. Yeah, Black is definitely better here. I'm not sure what happened, but they agreed to a draw. A lucky escape for Natalia.
I'm afraid I have to agree. Natalia got lucky there, although she was playing very well. That was a complicated game. I went back and forth.
I just
All right, folks. You
I
have
just
one
have a
more
question.
thing?
No, just one question. If I made any like complete blunders like earlier games in my game, like
No.
I haven't checked the game.
I don't think
We
so.
didn't.
Okay.
That's
No,
Because I was
no.
Maybe-
Everybody who plays chess at the club plays like a genius. No mistakes.
Yeah,
It's-
hon-
You haven't
honestly,
found any.
as I
Come to
said,
the Mechanics Institute.
as I said, there's
And your game
and your game is
takes off.
flawless.
there's I have no idea how Michael is like rated 1480. Like he played like so flawlessly till like he had like 10 seconds on the clock and he blundered a bishop. Like
I can't remember the game exactly, but
But he
was.
That's
winning,
why
yeah.
he's rated that.
completely outplayed me and he's like 1480. There's no way he's 1480. You know, never.
Well, he's trying hard. We're
the
all
club is
trying
like
hard.
Yes.
the club is just too talented.
I don't know if there is going to be a 960
It is a
tournament.
talented.
I have a feeling there will be a 960 tournament at the Mechanics at some point, but not, to my knowledge,
Thank you.
yet.
Sure. Thank you.
And all right, folks, we're going to say goodnight here at the Mechanics Institute Chess Club, the oldest chess club in the world. Thank you, Jim Eade, my guest here for the evening.
My pleasure. It's always
it was
fun to talk
Yeah,
chess with
we'll
you.
be doing more chess. Come see us next Tuesday, same time, same place. We'll be here. Good night, everybody.
Oh, very well done.